Good morning and happy Wednesday. I had to think about what day it actually was. I can't keep track lately. If I ain't got an appointment, I don't know what day it is until I either ask Jamie or look on the phone or whatever. Hope everybody's having a good day. I got to watch Shaz's walk this morning, and it's so beautiful where she lives. I think she said northern UK, but it's so pretty there. Farmlands. She was showing some old houses, and I forget what she said the wall was. But I think she said it was built back in like the 14th century or something. But it was definitely pretty cool looking. And where she goes for her walks is like off farmland. Reminds me of seeing the farmland, the way the scenery is in either Scotland or Ireland. I forget which one. But all of them are pretty anyways. I know I didn't schedule this ahead of time. I was just super tired and wasn't sure what I was doing this morning. There, added a little music. I had to look on Ben Sounds and see if I can find some other stuff to put in there. But what's weird is when I download it and it goes into my music folder, when I go to add it in here, it doesn't show in my music folder, which is super weird. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. And I have to go through the one section because it shows all these images that I have no idea what they are even are. There's probably like 40 of them. I have no idea what they are at all. And then there's a bunch of other ones I just debating whether or not I want to delete. Of course, you can delete a picture, but it doesn't mean you delete that out of your memory because that's always going to be there. I just don't like seeing them every time I go through the photos. I don't know if I can compress them and put them in a zip file or something to where they're all in one place and not just standing out. So I'll have to look into that. And I thought for sure we'd end up getting some frost. But it got down to, I think it was 33 when I got up this morning. And there is no frost, which is a plus. And I was scrolling through the extended forecast. It goes, I can look all the way to the 29th. And doing rain and snow for that day, but that's still 10 days out, so we'll see if it changes or not. But this weekend's going to be really nice. And then I think Tuesday, weather said it's going to be in the 70s. And I definitely need to find some motivation to get stuff picked up outside and get the mowers put up and get the snowblower in the garage. But anyways, I don't know what's on the agenda for today. I'm just gotta call the phone company because I waited yesterday and they never showed up. They didn't call to say they weren't coming or that they were running late, which is super weird for them because normally if they're running late or need to switch it for a different day, they always at least call and let you know or whatever. Because I was told Mom, I'm like, well, maybe they scheduled it for the 18th of next month. And she's like, well, I asked the lady 3 times on the phone. I'm like, well, I said, that don't necessarily mean anything. Especially you can call doctor's offices and tell them you need an appointment, and then whoever's setting it up don't confirm it in the computer. And then you waste your time going to the doctors and you didn't even need to get up that early to go there. I mean, I know the medical staff, medical places are short-staffed, but the way that they're treating people up here, especially the hospitals, is getting beyond ridiculous. You're not grabbing your toy, you're grabbing your foot, right? Alright, Ninja, I just turned it on because it was too quiet. Good morning. Is that better? Morning, Emily. How you guys doing this morning? Is it a little bit better now? I mean, I can completely shut it off. It doesn't matter to me. Alright, good. So what's your guys' plan for today? Anything new and exciting going on? I'm gonna wait a little bit till hopefully a couple more people come in. Because I want to go over what my plans are for the morning show. And stuff like that. Because I've been thinking about it a lot and then, trying to figure out how I wanted to do stuff. Good morning, Coastal. Looked like a gorgeous sunny day down there this morning. mean, the sky is pretty here, just I am absolutely freezing. And I don't want to turn the heat on yet. I lit the pilot for it a week or so ago, and turned it on the one day just to burn some of the dust off that was on it. Yeah, Ryan's been okay. I talked to him yesterday. He just hasn't been feeling the greatest, but he's okay. Just feeling under the weather. Hey, Cat, if you swat that coffee cup off up there, I'm gonna string you up by your little tail. What does she even have up there? Her tail? Oh. Looks like she had a mouse up there or something. Yeah, it was chilly too. First time I took Bear out, I didn't put a sweater on. Then when he came in, he was freezing, so I put his sweater on and wrapped him in his blanket. It was super cold, and I'm still cold. So I got my hat on. I don't think it's different colors. You're done. Let me get them for me. Yeah, Ryan and I were talking about the morning show a little bit yesterday. And then I asked him some stuff about it, and I haven't heard back from him whether he thinks that would be a good idea or whatever. I don't mind doing it. It doesn't burn me out doing the morning show and, the truck stop at night. But I think I'm probably going to cut it down to like twice a week, maybe a pop-up third day. Hang on a second, I gotta take my medicine. Good morning, John. Yeah. Oh, we weren't that cold. It was like 33 when I got up at, I think it was a little after 6 this morning. But, because Mom asked me if I pulled the Swiss card in the KO, and I ended up completely forgetting, but I kept checking my phone, and we weren't under frost advisory, luckily, so. Because that's the only two things left in the garden. Well, our one cherry tomato plant that's surprising is still growing and getting more tomatoes on it. And then the other day, Mom was talking to the pepper plant. She's like, "Oh, I want to bring you inside." Because they're still flowering, which is kind of weird for as cold as it's been. I told her, I'm like, well, bring a couple inside. I don't think it's, they should be alright. Because peppers are normally pretty hardy as to, move around and transplant. The only ones I ever had trouble with were tomato plants, and I lived in a city. I had actually put in this little garden. And then was having trouble with my landlord, so we ended up moving out. And I came back and grabbed all my tomato plants, and then they were quite big, and transplanted them at the new place. And they grew, but the weird part was when you sliced into them, It was like almost like slicing an apple. There was like no juice inside them whatsoever. It was I've never even seen a tomato do that before. So I don't know what kind of disease or whatever what they picked up, but they were weird. And they didn't really taste that good because, you know, they were dry on the inside. What are you doing? He about kicked me in the face this morning when he rolled over. But today's only supposed to be like a high of 49. And it's just weird because this weekend's going to be almost in the 70s and then 70 something on Tuesday, which were normally not that warm. So I guess we're having a little bit of Indian summer, so to speak, but just in October. But anyways, I'm thinking of just doing the morning show on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. And then, like I said, maybe a pop-up third one here and there. Yeah, we had some of that too this year, Coastal. It was weird. Like when they're transitioning from green to red, like on the bottoms, they would rot. And they weren't like leaning against anything. So that was weird. And we'd have green tomatoes that did the same thing. So that part I don't understand. And it wasn't all the tomatoes. Good morning, Elliot. But you didn't really see it until you went to, unless it was like the whole, you go to pick them and then it's like the whole bottom or the side had these weird rot spots in them. And they would mold super quick. And I don't feed the chickens like any molded stuff. Oh, that sounds good, John. Nice oatmeal. Sounds super good for breakfast. But like chickens, I don't feed like that stuff, and they can't have green tomatoes or the tomato plants because they're toxic to them. Because it almost makes them part of the, I guess, part of like the nightshade family where, you know, like eggplant is. So I try to read, you know, stuff on the chickens. Yeah, I didn't know about it either, but I've been trying to just read up on chickens because I definitely don't want them to get sick or die, or because I didn't check something and then it was toxic to them. I mean, they say not to give them garlic, but myself, I wouldn't give them anything like garlic or onions for the simple fact that they could come out in your eggs and it might not taste the greatest. But after Halloween, I want to go and get the chickens and the turkeys some pumpkin. Hi, Jamie. Morning, Taylor. Morning, Chef. How are you guys doing? Now we still keep telling Mom all the time, that we need to put Tom in the freezer. If he's okay to put in the freezer. Now, what is that, Jen? I've never heard of the pumpkin chicken carving challenge. That cat is off the chain this morning. Oh, all right. Normally when I get pumpkins for him, I take an axe or machete or something and cut them up. Or just split them in half. I mean, ours will peck holes and stuff, but they prefer it if I split it open. And probably because that's what I did when they were a little smaller, before we got them in their yard. There we go. Put that up so that way everybody can see us scrolling across. And I did pin the StreamYard link if anybody'd like to come up. And I know it's been snowing out west, and who is Jessica? I made you a moderator, Ninja, so you can drop her link if you want to. Because I don't know who that is. Well, I mean, I might, but by first name, I don't. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can drop her link. Did you get a lot, Taylor? I think I already have her on my, I'll just double check because we all know how. Think you have somebody's channel and then go look and they're gone. Yep, I have her already. She's actually 9 away now. She's got 991. Yeah, I still, I still have no idea if I'd choose to be monetized if that came up. I know my hours are quite a bit over 3,000, but I don't know. Right now, I say no. So if I get to that point, and I'll just have to think about it. No, it kind of seems like it's more trouble than it is worth. Taylor, where did you say you live again? That's normally how it works, Jen. The only time I super want breakfast is during hunting season, because you get up super early and you're out before daylight and sitting there. Okay, Jamie, have a great day. And I haven't really been watching our news to see what our weathermen are talking as far as the snow goes, which Farmer's Almanac said we were going to get snow this month. But it wouldn't surprise me. I remember back in the 80s, we had might as well just call it a blizzard, and we had to go trick-or-treating in snowsuits. And then, of course, Dad decided, oh, I'm going to go raccoon hunting at the same time. And he threw one in the trunk of the car. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been over that way. I used to pick up wood pellets over that way. I forget what town it was in, but it was way away from everything. But I did read earlier today that they're talking Buffalo's not going to get a lot of snow this year. But then the rest of us on the Northeast are supposed to get above average. But for Buffalo not to get a lot of snow isn't normal, especially because they get lake effect coming off the Great Lakes. I'll do my best not to watch it without you. Good morning, Mark. How you doing? So last night I took the night off due to he's still my ex-husband, but I haven't finalized the divorce. I have all the papers and all that stuff. But good morning, Danny. So I had a deal of hours of him cussing at me, and it was just not a fun time. So I was a little annoyed, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna take the night off. Then I just hopped around lives last night. which normally I do after my stream, but I got to see a couple people that some of them go live at the same time I do, so I don't always get to watch their show live unless I go watch the replay. It's just hard because, you know, I didn't do anything. And the only reason I had to contact him is because my Jeep that my daughter got in the accident with is registered in his name because it's still financed through the bank. And I haven't gotten it fully paid off yet. I only owe like a little over $200. And then it'll be paid off. And then I can have him sign it over. So all I did was, you know, notified him about that, and then he switched insurance companies, of course, and then didn't put full coverage on them, which is against state law, because if they're financed in any way, shape, or form, you have to have full coverage on them. Now, granted, it was the other guy's fault, so technically it's his insurance that needs to cover it. But I have to make sure I go and get the accident report before Friday so I can see what it says. Yeah, I'm not a fan either, Danny, and what made it even worse is then his girlfriend was texting me and talking super nasty to me, which I don't even know the woman. I've never even seen her a day in my life. Yeah, that's where this wood pellet place is. There's like nothing there. And you have to drive like quite a few miles to even get to a rest area on that road. Yeah, I know it is. I don't delete any text messages that I get from anybody for that reason. Because they can scroll through and look that I didn't say anything. Besides, at the end of it, when she was running her mouth, I told her to F off. But that's the only, you know, nasty thing that I said. Good morning, Miss Rebecca. Oh, yeah, exactly. But we know how people are sometimes. Good morning, Ryan. But yeah, I'll be happy. I got to go back through and read the divorce papers and make sure they didn't mess up anything, because I did them all online. Which I got to pay monthly in case I have any issues with the papers before I go have them or sign them in front of a notary. And then all I got to do is just get the money order for the filing and go from there. Oh, wow, Miss Rebecca, that's not good at all. I'd probably be putting a little hydrocortisone cream on if you're itching from it. I mean, I'll swell up a little bit, even getting bit by a mosquito, but it don't put me in anaphylaxis, which I remember you saying that's what happens to you, that you can't breathe. Even though I don't like getting stung by, you know, hornets or wasps or anything like that, I saved quite a few of them out of the pool. And I always check to make sure it's not a honeybee before I go like swatting at it with a fly swatter or something. Thank you, Taylor. It'll be all right. It's just, I don't know, between the internet people yesterday and then with having to deal with that is like I'll just like out of my mind. And I'm like, you know what? I need to get boxing gloves and a speed bag just so I can take my frustrations out. I used to have one of those speed bags that are sitting on that like a pole with like a spring, and on the bottom you fill with like water or sand or whatever. It takes up a lot of room. I'd much rather have one hanging from the ceiling. Because it did definitely help. But yeah, we saved a bunch of dragonflies. And then the one day I felt so bad, this little bird must have been trying to get a drink out of the pool and fell in. And we didn't see him until we pulled the solar cover back. You know, you drink water the weirdest way with a boy. Yeah, he looks like a little teddy bear. And of course, you know, he's teething. I know it's funny because when we got him 2 weeks ago, he only had a couple of teeth. It was all gums. On the left side, there's still all swelled up in the back. They haven't even popped through yet. And yesterday I was super surprised because I'm like, well, I want to give him a bath this weekend, so I got the clippers out and I shaved the bottoms of his feet because the breed dog that he is, they can get infection in there if you don't keep that hair trimmed out because it gets super long and it covers pretty much all their pads on the bottom of their feet. But he sat right there, which super surprised me because he hates being brushed. But he had no problem with sitting there getting his feet shaved. He did try to bite at it a couple times, but I told him, I'm like, I wouldn't be biting at it. You'll be having, you know, one side of your face with no hair on it. So then he just sat right there after I told him no. And I had him cradled to do his back feet, which they were a lot easier to do with the front. Hang on, Miss Rebecca. Could be my internet lagging too, Miss Rebecca. And I did get your comment about you sending the hands out. And again, I greatly appreciate you doing them. I see. I love mine. And it's definitely kept my head warm this morning because I've been freezing. And I kind of wish when we build our tiny home that we put heated floors in because the floors get so cold. And most time I don't wear socks or slippers because I don't like either one of them. But wow, were you hungry? Hey? Oh, you think so? You think so? Come show everybody your messy hair this morning. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, look at your messy hair. Look like you stuck your foot in an electrical socket. Look at it. Look at it. Going everywhere. Going everywhere. And I'm curious whether he's going to turn white or stay tan colored. Oh, okay, Mr. Becca. I just put the music on because when I first go live in the morning, it's super quiet, and I didn't plan the stream ahead of time so people knew. I'm like, well, I'll just go live this morning so I can let everyone know that I'm gonna just do it Tuesday and Thursdays with an occasional third pop up. Hi, Nicole. How you doing this morning? Oh, here's your other one. Want this one? I had to take baby mouse down today and try to get his stuff cleaned without him getting out. I'm doing good, Nicole. Thank you. Be waiting for my mom to get home today. I don't know if we're gonna, of course, I don't know if she's gonna want to do anything when she gets home, but we pulled the beets and you know, the carrots, and I definitely cannot wait for pickled beets. Last year we planted a bunch of beets, but they didn't do anything. And this year Jamie and I put some more topsoil in, and we put some peat moss, and then some shavings from the chickens, so that way they could sit there before it was time to plant. We rototilled it all in. Yeah, I love pickled beets. I could sit down and eat a whole jar of those every day. And I don't mind like the canned beets either, to just take them out of the can and put a little salt and pepper on them and eat them that way. I know you commented on my post, and I did respond back to you. Yeah, I mean, yes, it will definitely protect my mental health, but like I said before, I don't let what I do on here bother that part of me, unless, of course, there's an issue, which typically there isn't, but you never know, one could arise. And I didn't just want to stop doing the morning show completely because, like I said, I do like doing it, but I've been thinking about it, and 14 streams a week is kind of a lot. Yeah, I hope so too. I know last time you sent like mine, it didn't take very long to get here at all. Yeah, it is, Nicole. I mean, I didn't mind like when Shane had his and I'd be on panel and doing that stuff, but it was his, you know what I mean? It was his lives, not necessarily mine. So that, that part made it a little bit easier. But when you're trying to do it all. And I talk about random stuff. I haven't figured out whether or not I want to set a topic and um, do like a little bit more scriptive. For the simple fact that it's really not me as a person. I'm like a spur of the moment kind of person. And the only thing I typically plan is doctor's appointments or maybe a fishing trip or a camping trip. But yes, Mr. Beck, if it comes Friday or Saturday, then I can do a video with Mom and Jamie. Thank you, Nicole. I know, Elliot, and you did yours with more of a topic. And it's sometimes, even if I set a topic, I don't think I'd be able to stick to it. Maybe for a little while, but I don't know if it'd be like the whole show or not. Yeah, I remember you saying that. And it's hard when you get used to doing, something the same way pretty much, every morning. It's still a little bit of adjustment. Yeah, I know a lot of people do them in the afternoon, and then there's like a bunch of people everywhere. Morning, Nitro. What are you doing? You're being silly. I know the kitty cats are making noise, huh? You want to go chase them everywhere. Huh? You want to go chase them. Excuse me, can I have my thumb back? Can I have my thumb back? Hmm? How you doing this morning, Nitro? Plus, I was hoping my uncle would get the loads of shale brought over. I wish I could put like an actual road. Yeah, it's definitely chilly here this morning. It's up to 38 right now. But where we need an actual road, I'm thinking it probably cost probably about 50 grand because we'd have to have so many loads of the big stones. Like probably, I don't even know what size they are. Probably at least a 4. And you'd have to put a lot of that down. But I mean, it would make it a lot nicer, especially for walking. You wanted to walk out there. Of course, I didn't help it very much. I put some more ruts out there. I just added to my brother's ruts from his tractor. But he might yell at me when he goes to mow the field on the other side of our rock wall, the backyard, because there's some big ruts through there. But that area is always so wet. It's hard not to put a rut in there because you just sink in. Nicole. I know we gotta organize your freezers, but I think last year I jinxed myself because I'm like, oh, we'll get a freezer so we have room for deer. Well, none of us got any deer. So then we put a whole cow in there. So, I mean, it still served its purpose, but would have much rather had a couple deer in the freezer. And we still have a small freezer, which would probably, it'd pretty much hold the whole deer. I mean, it'd probably hold more than one if it was smaller. Which I've seen some big doe this year, but I haven't seen any bucks around yet. I've seen one a little ways from our house, but that was on a completely different. Are you talking about the background, Nitro? Because yeah, that I changed. What's up? Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm all slicked back today.
Same way, but I put a hat on, so.
Oh, there you go. I just sat down for a minute. I seen you on. I said I'd pop up and say hey. I never said hello to anybody in the chat room coming in. Sorry, guys. Hi. How is everybody doing?
Yeah, I seen you over in Devil Dogs and
Yep.
a couple other people's.
Yep. I gets around.
I typically do too. I'm just not up on everybody's panel.
Yeah.
I pick it up
I've
sometimes.
seen you in and out of my chats a bunch of times. Like I said, it's nice to come in and meet you face to face, so to speak.
Well, nice to meet you too.
Yeah. So what's new?
Not too much. Just waiting for hunting season.
Oh, nice. Ours is open here already.
Early hunting season is open here. I think bow is still open, but I don't bow hunt or muzzle loader. I just rifle or shotgun during regular season. That's it.
Yeah, our regular season here opens at around the middle to the end of September.
Oh, that's super early.
Yeah.
It's don't open until what, the third Saturday in November.
Yeah. That's really, really late. That is. Hey, Backwoods boy, Rebecca. We got Corner Clubhouse here. Cobalt. I was on Cobalt's last night for a little while. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, I was in there for a little while, and then I hopped out, and I remember. I think I got into watching my show Fear Thy Neighbor, which is a super crazy show.
Danny is here too. Hey, Danny. Got lots of people in watching you today.
Yeah, it's I get to see different people in the morning than I do in the truck stop at night because of the time difference.
Yeah.
From friends across the pond,
Yeah,
which is 5 hours
absolutely.
ahead of me. Yep.
Yeah. So what time are you at now? Where are you two? You in Central?
I'm in Eastern.
He's in Eastern.
Eastern. Okay, so you're
Yeah,
about an hour and a half from me. Yeah.
yeah, I live in upstate New York.
Right on. Nice. Nice.
Right
I
at
know.
the,
I went down. I went down one morning, really super early, and God, we got people from all over England and all over that way in Australia, and it was
yeah.
just crazy. Yeah.
I don't even know how far Australia time is ahead of me. I have no.
12 from me, they're 12 hours difference, so they're like 13 and a half hours difference from you,
Wow.
or 13 hours from you. I think it's 11 and a half from me.
Yeah.
My little half-hour time zone messes things up, right?
Yeah. It's hard
Who's
with
best ever done?
UK. Well, hi, Kit Kat.
That's Doris. Come up and let people see you. No.
She's like, no, I'm good. Danny, you're
She
not
like
an old lady, and I mean, it's only
old
9:30 at
lady.
night. Maybe
Old lady, listen to her. I wish I was Danny's age again.
I'm not sure how old she is, but I'm 44, and
Danny
so
is not. Danny is not old.
How old is she?
Um,
How old are you, Danny?
I don't know if she was going to want to put it in chat, are you? But Danny is not old.
I'll do mine first.
AR1776 is here too.
yeah, I'm 44, but sometimes I feel old.
Yeah. Well, I'm the old man on the panel, I guess. I'm 46. Sometimes I feels 60. Some days I feels like I'm 15. I
Yeah,
like
I
those
have
days.
those moments too. Hi, Tennessee Fish Keeper. Thanks for sharing it out.
She'll be 32 next month. Danny will be 32. See? Old. Listen to her. I wish I was 32, Danny.
I'm 10 years older than that.
I am more than 10 years older than her.
You are.
Yeah. Nicole is 10 years older than you, Danny.
Holy crap.
And I'm 12.
Yep.
Good morning, Bernie. Good morning. Well, good afternoon, awesome fisherman. I don't remember what the heck I was doing at 32 years old.
I don't either. Not anymore. That's how long ago that was. My, my. That's just how things goes, though. You know.
Yeah. Well, when I was driving truck, it's like time seemed to pass by so fast because I was never in one spot for very long. And then by the time I got home, I was home long enough to reset my hours, and then I was back on the road again.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what that's like. I got a few long haul truckers in the family. A couple of uncles. And they're the same way. They once they get out on the road and that, they just lose all track of time. It's nighttime, it's daytime, and that's all the difference it is.
Yep. What threw me off is I used to run from New Jersey all the way out to California. So it was when you first start doing it, it's hard to figure out time because they're 3 hours behind me. So I had to try to do all that in my head to make sure that I was going to be there on time. So that was the only hard part about it until I started running out there more and more.
Yeah, that's one of the two uncles that I got that are at it. That's what they do. They long haul across Canada.
Yeah.
So it's just the time zones are just throw you for a loop every time because going one way you're getting there later, going the other way you're getting there earlier.
Yep.
Right. So
I still always end up being everywhere early. They're like, we're 4 hours early. I said, well, it's better than being 4 hours late, isn't it?
Yep, for sure.
They're like, well, yeah. Because if I was 4 hours late, you wouldn't take me anyway. So then
No, then they'd be looking for a new driver.
Well, they make you sit there for a day and a half till the broker or your company reschedules it, and they're not speedy about it.
Yeah. take your time, make you sit there and waste your time.
Yep. And then they throw you out. And they don't care if you're out of your hours or anything. Most places don't allow you to park there. There's some that do, but not very many.
Yeah.
So then you're getting log violation because you have to go and find somewhere to park for the night.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of places around to park a big rig.
No.
Not with a trailer load of stuff. There's
Oh,
one
yeah.
thing you don't have the trailer on it.
Yeah. But from people leaving a mess at the Walmart stores, most of them don't allow trucks to park there anymore. So, some still do, but normally they're out in the middle of nowhere stores. And if you don't know where they are, it's hard to find them because I used to haul Walmart DC to DC. So most time I always parked at the store because by the time I got to the truck stop, there's no parking.
Yeah.
So I had a big book that told me like where every single Walmart store was. But then if you get down there because you're a little bit tired, then it's like, okay, well, which the heck way did I have to go? Then you end up going the wrong way and then trying to find somewhere to turn around. And it's not easy when you have a 53-foot trailer, so you're over 70 foot long.
Well, you see where I live. Have you seen where I live?
No.
Oh, let me show you. Because this is hilarious. What doors? This is where I live.
Oh, wow.
And you see the pickup truck almost filled the road?
Oh, yeah.
I've had trailers come down here trying to turn around and have to back all the way back out of the road. And it's not a short distance. Because they get down here thinking there's somewhere for them to turn around. No.
And there's not.
We've had buses and we've had the trailers and we've had just a great big dump trucks and everything come down. They get down here and they get stuck and they got to turn around and they got to try to back all the way back out the way they came in. So it's not easy.
And Bernie, you can only do that if you're not loaded and you're not assigned a load. They'll let you do it if it's home time. But if they already assigned you a load, then you can't run on personal time, unfortunately. Which makes no sense to me because it's not like you picked the load up. But yeah, they don't allow you to do that if you're scheduled on a load.
Yeah. Man.
I think the farthest I've had to back out of somewhere was 1.5 miles, and luckily the road was straight.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I was out in Missouri, and I was supposed to turn down the next road, but I turned down the street before it. Then I had to back out all the way. Luckily, it was a country road and it was all open, so you could see everything. But I've seen trucks have to back around corners and sharp turns and be a drop off on one side, and I'm like, no.
That's the way it is here. There's not huge drop offs, but there's enough of a drop off to tip your trailer if it went down in it.
Oh yeah.
And the road is not straight. It kind of goes straight for a little while, then it'll bend this way, then it'll bend back the other way. When you get up at one spot, there's a concrete wall on one side of the road, like right on the road, and right on the other side of the road is a house.
Wow.
A lot of the houses here, they didn't hit it. No, I think it's gotten hit before, but no major damage or nothing, just a little bump. But still, it's really tight getting in and out. And where the concrete wall is, there's a pole off from the concrete wall, so that's another obstacle there then that you're trying to get around.
Bad enough trying to turn around poles sometimes. You're on a narrow street and got to make a sharp right-hand turn. Left-hand turns aren't bad because that's your sight side. You can see more than on, your blind side. So I didn't mind the left-hand turns, but when you got to turn down a narrow street and telephone pole is right there. Hi, John. Hi, ladies.
Oh
Well, good
my God,
morning.
I didn't. You're fast at that.
Look at you with your hat on.
It's cold.
Needs to send Danny a snowsuit. Look at me. I'm sitting here with wet hair and the windows opened.
That's because you're like 5150.
Mm.
But, hi, Tasha.
How's it going? How
Yeah,
you
I
doing?
remember. Oop, go ahead.
I'm all right. Yeah, and Tasha had her hat on too, so I felt like I needed to have my hat on.
Well, my
Too
head is
warm.
cold. I don't have a lot of hair up there.
Yeah.
I'm too warm to put a hat on.
Well,
No.
normally that's me too, but
It's
lately I've
been
just been getting cold.
Yeah, it's been 80 degrees here and then it dropped off. It's like 40 right now.
Yeah, but Danny, when it was 80 degrees, you were sat down with a big sweater on.
That's right. So, like I say, imagine how cold I am when it's 40. And it
Yeah,
was not 80 degrees inside, it was like 68. And yeah, I was bundled up. I don't got thick blood like you do, Al.
Well, you know, it's not as cold here when the temperature drops as it is. Like, our temperature is weird because our temperature hits around 32 in that, but we find that a relief. Not 32, but when it hits in the 40s and 50s, we find that good and comfortable. With the temperature hitting 70 and 80 here, it's too hot for us because the humidity from the ocean drives the temperature. It feels like probably 100 or 102 or 103 because it's just really warm.
Yeah. The humidity is really high here as well.
So that's one of the biggest factors I think that plays in the heat. Like when you walk out of your house, it's just, ugh.
Yeah.
And then the cold is the opposite way. Once it starts getting like to minus 10 and 15 here, it's as good as minus 50
yeah,
because of
I'm
the
not
cold.
looking forward to zero weather.
Hey, Taylor. That's a
Yeah,
cute puppy.
that's cute, Nicole. He has a brother. I don't know if she still has him, but he's more of the Yorkie color.
I thought it was funny, Al, because I was texting you and watching Tasha's live, and then you popped up on the live, and I was like, "How? What?"
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I was wondering what he was getting on with on that, so that's why I
Yeah.
sent that message because that was weird.
Yeah.
What did I
Was it
say?
on his live or?
No, it was on oh gosh, Edward the Trash Talkers.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I don't want to bring all this on Tasha's
yeah,
show.
no, I don't want to bring none of it in. I just wanted to let you
But
know
I
that.
knew the second that I said something to him that it was gonna get brought up on a live. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to just directly speak to him, and now it's
Now
now
it's a
it's being
thing.
talked about everywhere. So it's
But that's why I said like I got out of there because he started getting into a lot of inappropriate stuff, even for it works live, I think. So I was like, nah, see.
yeah.
Good morning, Janet.
Good morning,
But
Shannon.
anyway,
Yeah.
my brother went with one of my uncles one time on the long haul truck, and he was never out of Newfoundland before, so he got into this one spot, and my uncle was like, "Okay, get out and watch my blind spot for me," because there was a pole on the side of the parking lot he was trying to back into. And of course, he started backing up, backing up. Next thing you know, bang! Oh, he hits the pole. So he gets out and starts yelling at my brother, "What are you doing? Why didn't you tell me I was getting close? I thought you could see that one." He said, "I told you to watch it."
It happens though.
Yep, it happens. It's easy enough to lose sight of something in one of those trucks. I mean, like, It's like the signs on the back of it. If you can't see my mirrors, I can't see you.
Nope. And you
Well,
That's the
can't.
way it is. You don't want to be you don't want to be in the wrong spot when one of those makes a turn or
I don't
No,
like the big
go
trucks.
past that line all the time. And it's like you either back up or I'm taking the front of your car off because you're at an illegal spot, not me. And
Yep.
I've literally missed a police car by like an inch because he was way past the line and I was making a right hand turn, which was a tight turn. There was a pole and cars parked all the way to the corner. So
Yeah.
I had to take up the whole street and he's past the line. So I'm like looking out my window like this to make sure I wasn't going to hit him. And I missed him by an
Well,
inch.
I'm the person that goes by the big trucks, and I don't know to slow down or speed up, but I'm just trying to get away from them. Like, 'cause it makes me nervous.
Zipping by, get
I
me
don't.
out of
I
here.
hate that. Like when you're on the interstate and there's like big truck, big truck, big truck, big truck. I was like, I don't want to be here. Like, let
Well,
me
the best
out.
thing is to just if you're like in the middle lane or left lane is to just get by him because most
Yeah.
time if you're like in the middle of their trailer with your car, we can't always see you. So when
Right.
we start moving over, you're gonna end up squished, and that's what a lot of people do, especially in the wintertime. They'll ride like right next to you, and when you get the spray of the snow and the slush coming off, you can't see out your mirror.
Yeah.
And
See,
I've
that's
almost
crazy.
flipped a couple cars for that reason.
The
Well, it's
way
like
that
people.
the drivers are here without the ice and snow, I don't know. I
Yep,
wouldn't want to
Kevin.
factor in the weather
It's
going
like
on.
people trying to do the drafting on the trucks, getting right up behind them.
Some of
And
them you
there's no way possible for you guys to see them when they're right up behind you like this.
can. No. And if
Yes.
you slam on your brakes, guess what? More than likely the people in the car are dead.
Yep.
And
Yeah, well,
I
the
have
bumpers, like, they
gotten
don't
out.
realize the back end of that truck is the height of your windshield. You're not going to stop until your windshield goes through.
Nope. Morning,
And
James.
it's very, very dangerous to be behind a truck that close.
I mean, you can draft them, and it would have to be an owner operator, which I've actually done before. But I was running with them all night long. I was like between two of them. We were going like over 90 and a 65. Hey,
Anna,
are you cold
See,
too?
it's cold. She's got her hat on too.
Anna's got her head on too. That's nice. Emma doesn't look as bundled up as you are, though.
No, you gotta put clothes on for it to work. I know, I've got this hat on and I don't have socks on. I'm so backwards. Like,
I hate socks. Socks,
yeah,
shoes, slippers. If I could go barefoot everywhere, I would.
yeah, us too. We most of the time don't because of the dogs. Like, so, but as soon as I get to where I'm going, I pull my feet out of my shoes. Like,
Yeah, I try my best to keep my feet in flip flops at all times.
yeah, usually I sit crisscross applesauce, so to speak. So,
Keep feet up.
I can't sit that way anymore.
I can, but I have trouble getting back up out of it.
9 times out of 10, if I'm sitting here on a live, I'm sitting like that.
Well, see, now that's the difference between 32 and 46. See?
Yeah, whatever. Well, when I said old lady, I just meant because I go to bed so early, but I get up so early too. Of course, this morning I went back to sleep. I sure
Well,
did.
don't make you old.
But I get
Just
up
make
at
you
3:30
younger.
and 4 o'clock. So I have to be at, she's like 9 o'clock isn't that late, 9:30, but it is late to me when you get up at 3. Hey, Rebecca.
Hi,
I thought I'd
Rebecca.
let you guys see my hat.
Nice.
Now Rebecca got a hat on too.
I got a hat on too.
Feels
Rebecca,
out of
look
place.
at how long my hat is.
Nothing. I can put mine down like about like that.
This one is.
I have to like flap it down in the back, you know.
That's what some people do, and they, do other things with it. This one, before I got the purple one, this one is the size step down from the big one. So this one doesn't fit me as well.
Yeah, Emma's is perfect. Like hers fits her head.
Well, that's
perfect
because
without
I
her
use
having
that step down size.
Maybe
And
you
this
should've
is
used the
done on the
step
same
down
loop.
size for me.
This is yellow, but it's still not the yellow I want. And in fact, I think I'm going to probably send this one out to somebody.
See, when I pull mine down like this and I can barely see, I feel like that one guy on Fat Albert.
Yeah.
Always had the hat down over his face and his eyes and stuff.
Now this one's going to be really bright, so I'm warning everybody. I've got to.
There you go. Now we all got our hats on.
Yeah.
I felt too left out.
Really
Nicole went and got in my hat.
This one kind of shrunk down a little bit.
And yours is a beanie, right? Does it have that lip on it?
Yeah.
Yes, it has the
I
band.
fold it up.
Okay.
You can fold it up. The reason I give that extra, you can pull it back off. That extra is to put on your ears because you don't want to have your ears frostbitten.
No.
Well, mine,
I do it. Yes, it kind of pokes up a little bit.
Even with it folded up, mine goes over my ears good. But when I put if I put my other cap with the visor on underneath, I'll have to unfold it so it'll cover my ears.
This is my favorite one.
That is
pretty.
pretty.
I like those colors.
And that's that material that's real soft, isn't it? I can tell.
It is. It's the one like I gave to
Nicole.
No. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Or even I'm trying to think what is Scott.
Yeah.
Is this same kind of yarn. It's that. And this one is too.
Yeah, that's soft. That's the
and
stuff.
It's a 6 weight. So it's a
Sorry.
lot thicker. When there's snow out here and I live on a hill, it's cold. So I'm definitely going to be wearing these.
Yeah. Well, one of these will get used tomorrow night.
Yeah. We go out in the wintertime to snowblow and shovel. I end up taking hat off, gloves off, coat off, and half the time we're down into a t-shirt because I don't like sweating and clothes because you end up getting colder than if you just take it off.
You know that the Garden State Gardener is going to do something if we all have our hats.
Is he here?
I don't know if he's here.
Nicole is emailing him now.
No, but I was just
I gotta stretch this thing out because washing it, make sure that you don't dry them. Put them on something that they'll get stretched because it shrinks. You forget.
Yeah.
There I go.
that fabric that's in that hat.
His videos he does.
That soft stuff. What is that fabric called?
I think I don't think it's polyester, but I think it's acrylic. But it's just that it's a fatter. It's a 6 weight.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this one does have another color in with it.
I thought there was like a name for it or something.
I don't remember. There's times that I get these balls that don't have what company they come from. I'm thinking that this is probably a Barnett.
That's what it looks like. That's what I make my blankets out of. Is the Barnett.
That's what Emma's baby blanket was made out of. The one that I changed from a baby blanket because she couldn't use it anymore because it was so small, and I folded it over and put it up to hold her stuffed animals.
Yeah.
That's what that blanket's made out of, is that kind of that soft material.
Yeah, that's what this one is.
Yes.
It's burn
Yeah.
But this one's been washed and dried, and Barnett typically in a blanket doesn't shrink.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, I do, John. And you was getting antsy, so I'd have Jamie take them out.
Is this him in this one?
Everybody
Hi,
wants
Andy and
to
Chris.
In a minute, you'll get a better. There you go.
Okay, so forgive my ignorance, but I'm going to ask you this, Tasha, and don't be mad at me because I don't know. But I know you go live. Do you go live every Thursday? You go live every morning, right?
I'm switching. I've been live every morning, but I'm switching it till just Tuesday and Thursday because I do the truck stop every single night at 9:30.
Right. I know
Except
you go live like every day, but I couldn't figure out. I'm thinking of doing another live on Thursdays, and
she's
I'm trying to
live on
figure out a
Thursday.
time that it won't run into anybody else's show. And I was gonna do it from 9 to 10, and then I saw you go live this morning, and I was like, well, that's not gonna work. So I'm trying to figure out a good time to do it. Just like an hour live. It doesn't have to be long. I'm gonna do a music
I
thing.
think slot before me is free, isn't it?
No, Wade Family Farm is on.
Okay, when do they start?
Wade Family Farm, 3:30.
My time?
Our time, yeah.
On Thursday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Today.
Oh, shoot.
It can't be
Thursday.
Wednesday therapy. It has to be Thursday therapy.
Well,
Well,
Damn.
there's no one on in the
God,
daytime.
just trying to help here.
Besides,
Who's on Thursday?
Doesn't have quite a ring to it,
one
you
in the
know?
morning. Are you
Yeah.
doing morning and night, Tasha, or are you doing both?
What?
You're doing
For
both?
Thursdays. Are you on Thursday morning and night?
Yes.
Yes.
7 days a week at night.
Yeah.
Except last night, with everything that my ex was putting me through, I didn't feel like I wouldn't have been good company. So I didn't want to just sit here and be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, I used to have a bunch of CB radios. Now my mom has a bunch of ham radios. And Lloydie's, he's actually a Bichon City Yorkie cross.
From what
James?
we've been from what we've been able to gather, Thursday is pretty open until you get to later on in the night.
Well, 11, I know from 11 my time to about 1, Scott does procrastination Thursday.
Yeah.
And so,
So between 1 and
11 Central.
yeah, 11 Central. So between 2 and 8 our time.
You see the spot on my arm?
Wow. That's big just from a little bee.
11 Central.
Yeah.
So 12, 1:30. So it's not between 2 and 8.
That
Because he
was
comes
from
on 1:30 and stays on for an hour or two.
and James Cantonese wasn't listening when I said that I'm an old lady and I go to bed early.
Hang on, John, because I don't remember what I had. I had to look it up.
We gotta get Danny a slot. You might just have to go for it, Danny, for one time or another. I know I'm gonna. If you does one tomorrow, because tomorrow is Thursday, I'm gonna miss tomorrow's because I'm not gonna be home.
Okay.
I'm going to mute my mic for a moment. I need a call from my brother.
Oh, you're good, Miss Rebecca.
Well, that's
Yeah,
unfortunate. You're going to miss the very
we
first
get a
show.
Cobra.
I'll have to rewatch it. Nicole will be here.
Well, good. Nicole, good to see me.
I'll come up. You can give me
Nicole
some
is-
therapy.
She might just be a circle on the screen, but she'll
I'm
probably.
just going to be singing cover music. And then my idea is I'm going to sing cover music, and then I'm going to, like maybe every other week I'll feature somebody like the quiet listener and let her play her music. And then maybe David Hunt can come up one week and play his piano. And it's just going to be a music thing, so any channels that have music to offer and stuff like that, I want to be able to bring them up.
All my music was done by Filmora. Does that count?
Canadian fisheries is
Sorry. But
Yeah, not bring Rich up one day or
yeah,
something.
that's what I was just gonna say. Rich would probably come. There's a lot of good people out there with music though that that would love to be a part of it.
Yeah. So that's kind of my idea. I just hopefully nobody will steal it before I get to do it.
That's what happened with me and the one chip challenge, remember?
Yeah, I
I
know. That's
started
what I'm
announcing,
saying.
I started announcing the one chip challenge. I'm going to do the one chip challenge. And then the week before I done it, somebody jumped on with 4 people and did the one chip challenge, but they only had like 5 or 6 people watching because they didn't announce it or anything. So they kind of just stole my idea and tried to run with it.
Well, then why are you trying to get me to do it at night, James? You're not even going to be there. See, he's too old too, he says.
See, if you do it at night because of your time zones, I might not make it a lot of nights because if you do it later in the night, it's really late in the night for me.
Yeah, well, like I have friend like Dawn, my friend in Cyprus. Whenever I go live at 11 in the morning, it's like 7 at night for her. So if I was to do it in the afternoon, that's going to be into the wee hours of the morning, you know. So I try to, you know,
Well, that's one of the
keep out my
reasons why you
friends
does
across the
your.
pond.
That's one of your reasons why you do your lives at 10 in the morning for you, isn't it? Yeah.
11 in the morning. Yeah.
11 in the morning. Yeah.
But I was thinking of doing this one earlier because see, Scott goes live at 11 or 11:30. I can't even remember, but
It's 11:30.
it's
Yeah.
11:30.
Yes.
Okay, well maybe I can do it from 10. So I don't know because it's almost 10 o'clock and Tasha's still live. I'm on her live right now, so so I don't know. I just don't want to step on anybody's toes. I don't want to be going live when my other friends are live. You know, I'm trying to think of a time.
Well, I'm not going to say any names, but I noticed a couple of people around that if they see you on live, they'll open their own live. I've seen that happen a couple of times with some people.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot
That's
lately.
terrible.
So I mean, like, you know, that's why I say, Danny, if you can get a time slot like you're thinking between 10:30 and 11:30 or 10 to 11:30 or something like that, and you know there's not really anybody in that little time slot that we know of at the moment, just go for it because
That's what I was
before
thinking of
long,
doing it right up until the point of Procrastination Thursday, and that way I can send people over to Scott's live if there's people still at my live, I can tell them to go on over to Scott at Rambling with the Brooms live, you know.
but that's what I does on mine with Dave because I started doing my lives ahead of Dave, and whenever I ends mine, I drops Dave's link and I says go on over and visit Dave Collier now, and when he ends, he says go on over and visit Matisfaction, and we just tries to keep it going for the day like that.
Yeah.
But if you don't get your time, oh sorry,
I thought Scott started his at 12, which would be 11 for Central. Because Scott's in the same time zone I am.
That's what I thought so too, but Rebecca said 11:30.
Well, it's not scheduled as of right now because him and Jesse been going back and forth. Sometimes Scott gives Jesse that time.
I think that's on Saturday.
No, Jesse's been doing Procrastination Thursday for Scott. That is true.
Yeah, they've been swapping it back and forth. But like I said, like I was trying to say, if you don't jump on the time slot now, what's going to end up happening is somebody you know is going to jump in there.
Dave, give me the time because people come to me and ask what time they're going on. I hate that.
Nicole got a book going like Devil Dog does now, and she's writing down everybody's time slots. So Thursday, what time, Danny?
I don't know yet.
Come on, figure it out.
Putting her right on the spot now.
And Danny, you go live when it's time, like when you want to, whether I'm live or not, because I'll do the same thing.
Right now it's 10:30.
I never know how long I'm going to be live. Sometimes it might be an hour, sometimes it might be an hour and a half, but you got to do the time where it works for you. So like I said, if I'm live and it runs into when you start, then I'll just send everybody over to you. The same as you do, like with Scott or Jesse or whoever is doing it that day.
Okay, it is 11:30. It says Thursday, 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central. So
What time is that? That's
12:30 Eastern is 11 o'clock.
no, 1 year ahead. So it's 2 p.m. for us.
Oh, yeah.
2 p.m. for us.
So,
I just want to say
yeah,
something
I'll be
just
2
real
p.m.
quick,
Yeah.
and then I'll pop back off.
Oh,
Danny, I appreciate you trying to find the best times for people and Al and stuff like that. But if you keep doing that, you'll run into what I call analysis paralysis. Like Al just said, you'll never figure out a time to go live and then somebody else will jump into it. Just find a time slot that's best for you. And if people love you and your content, they will come to your doorstep because I'm always in either 1 to 3 different live streams because like Tasha's this morning, I was in hers, still am, but I was in Nora's too. I was, chatting with them over there. So
Yeah,
hey,
Nora was
find a time spot that's best for you and the people that you want to be incorporated into your show. Go with that because hopefully Nitro Freak is still here because he said that he was running into the same problem a while back too. So he just like, hey, whenever I go live, if you want to check me out, awesome. If you don't, that's cool too. But with people that love you, Danny and Al and Rebecca, they're still going to be there. They may not be active in chat as much, but they'll be there. And like I said, that's what I do because I'm a very small channel, so I got a lot of time. But there's a lot of people that I support. So yeah, shoot, there was one day I basically fried what a few brain cells that I have left. I was actually in 6 different live streams chatting with people. It was crazy, but after a while, I said, okay, cool. I got to step back. So I'll just step in, say hi, stay for about 5 minutes, and then move on. You give them a little bit of watch time. You acknowledge that they're live. Hey, how you doing? And because you know what, we're all busy. We got school, kids, jobs, whatever, and we can't make live streams catered to people. We got to get our time in when we can, and then move on. So, but I definitely appreciate what you're trying to do because Danny, I was trying to do the exact same thing. Drove myself nuts. So it's
I
like
mean, like,
yeah. So it's like
What
okay,
I'm
you know what? I'm at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to join in, cool. If not, that's cool too.
yeah.
what I end up doing is I'm in there for 15 minutes.
Mhm.
Then
Yep.
I go to the next one. I go to the next one, and if that one's the first one that I started with, I will go back.
Mhm.
You know,
Yep.
so it's I give them 15 minutes of my time.
Yep. Yep. And you know what? Some people don't even do that. They'll step in there. Hey, give me a shout out. And then once they get it, they'll go ahead and cut out. So at least you're doing it the right way. You're acknowledging the host, staying there for a little bit, and then moving on. And see, people remember that. Like I
well,
got regulars just like everybody else does. You start to remember them. You call them by name. And then the people, not so much. So if they come in there, it's like, oh yeah, I don't recognize you. They either got to make a decision. Well, if I actually like this content creator, I'm gonna start sticking around so I become a regular, or they don't. So don't put it all on yourself. Put it on the viewers too, because this is a give and take thing. We try to give people good content, but at the exact same time, we can't burn ourselves out and worry ourselves to death by trying to please everybody. Because you know what, in life, you know that as well as anybody, Danny, you can't do it. So just do what's best for you and your close circle of people that you consider close. Everything else will fall into place.
Well, now,
Absolutely.
what time are you thinking on Thursday? Because, like I said, I don't have a set time as when I do lives. But on
she's
Thursday,
thinking
if you want to go, say 10:30 or whatever, then I'll just stay live an hour. Then I can come over to your live, and it's all
Yeah.
good. I don't care. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother me.
I was thinking about doing 10 to like 11:30 and then or 10 to 11 whatever and sending them over to
Yeah, do it right up
Slido.
to
do it right up until day comes online,
Good
and then
stuff.
just send everybody over. That's all. So it's 10 o'clock.
So that'll be 11 my time.
Simple.
Oh, so it's almost, it's a
11,
little
12.
after 11 now.
12:30.
But that's you. That's what I was at. That's why I was asking you, because I mean, I could do it after. Even Scott said that's early for him. So, if I need to do it after Procrastination Thursday, my thing is that he doesn't know how long Procrastination Thursday is going to go. So
No, that could go that and then that'll throw off your times every single week because he
yeah,
might only
so
go for 2 hours, he might only go for an hour, and he could go for
right.
4 hours.
Or he could go for 4. Yeah, he has before. That's what I'm saying. He could just do the hour. He could do 2. He could do 4. We never know. So I don't want to set it for after his, and then, you know,
But Ninja, I was doing that with some live streams for. I only did it for a couple of days. Had 3 or 4 live streams running, trying to keep up with it. I has a job keeping up with being here on panel and the chat. Danny, you knows that. Anyone's been in my room knows. Sometimes I lose the chat big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Nicole, my wife is here sitting beside me. She looks after the chat a lot of times, and she's coming to me saying, "Hey, look at this, look at this." Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Danny even knows a lot of times I don't even hear Nicole sitting beside me saying something. Danny's like, "Do you hear your wife?"
Right, Danny?
And I'm like, "No."
Yeah, yeah. You just got to figure out what you can handle. Like I said, my limit is 3. I know my limit is 3. I'm good with 3. Anything else other than that, yeah, I'm screwed. So yeah,
Well, I might graduate to 2 one of these days, but just not yet.
yeah. Yeah.
So when I'm in your room, I'm in your room.
Mm.
Right? I'm supporting whoever I'm there with at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what's up. And see, another thing, the reason why I feel that way now is because a lot of times Nitro Freak is live when I'm live. My viewer count does not change
Yeah.
because they're supporting him, but they're also supporting me, and that's cool because like I consider myself a fledgling. I'm nothing compared to like people like Nitro Freak and other people bigger than him. So I appreciated that people are still willing to at least keep my tab open. They may not be commenting, but at least they're not leaving. So I totally appreciate that. So that's another reason why I say that and it's not like I'm going up against Nitro Freak. It's just, hey, he's live when I'm live, and YouTube is a huge place. And guess what? There's this thing called a VOD that you can watch later on. So you know what? Hey, if you can't be around for the live, catch the replay. I mean, yeah, it's really fun and it's cool to be around for people's lives, but hey, if you ain't got the time for it, you just ain't got the time for it. Support them in other ways. Watch the VODs, give them their watch hours, leave, positive comments, leave feedback. We can all support each other. It doesn't like that, it doesn't have to be that we're stuck there in front of a computer screen for several hours a day trying to watch everybody's lives because, that's just not feasible. So, if you love a
Even just
content creator, just support them best way you can.
even just running a playlist for people, like start it running and just go about your
Mhm.
day and do what you need to do. The playlist will
Yep.
just continue to run.
Like I've had
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I started doing that here recently myself because, like, a lot of people that are getting close to that 1K, they start talking about, okay, I need watch hours. I need watch hours. Well, I got a laptop over here that I don't use for anything. I'll have 4 or 5 tabs open, all windowed just enough to show the whole screen, have the volume up, and just let it go. So yeah.
Well, I got one upstairs now running 2. Nicole got one here running 1, and where I'm 1.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There's always ways to support your favorite live streamer. You don't have to always, throw super chats or sit there in front of, your screen for several hours. There's plenty of ways, and people just gotta, realize that, we're humans. We get tired, we're busy. So, if people want to get mad about that, well, I'm sorry for you.
Most people, I think, are pretty understanding about it, though. I mean, like the greater number of people are much more understanding about the fact that we don't always, and I mean, like as creators, we're getting bigger and bigger all the time, and we don't always have time to sit there and watch
Right.
500 videos that get dropped every week.
Hmm.
I mean, like
Nice.
it's not possible. So I mean,
Yep.
like we get around the people that we know and that are following us and stuff like that. We're getting around as best we can,
Hmm.
and a
Yeah.
lot of people do appreciate that. Even if we get into one of their videos, if they drop 3 a week and we get a chance to watch one of them and leave a comment, they appreciate that, knowing that we're busy.
Right. Yeah.
I
And like what Nitro was saying, I tell all my people to go check it. Check these people, lives out. So he's
Yeah,
not trying to hoard views. He's like, hey, look, go check them out. I'm good. Go check them out. Go check out the smaller channels. Help them out. And that's the way it should be. Because like all these bigger content creators, they've got their monetization. They've got their stable fan base. They know who's going to be there pretty much every live. So yeah, it's just well, to me, in my opinion, it just makes sense to give back to these either smaller channels or maybe it's a bigger channel that might be going through, being stagnant. They're not getting any new fresh blood. Yeah, go help them out. I mean, I don't have nothing. I mean, I just now got 299 subscribers. I don't care. I just want to help out everybody I can. So whether it's Danny, Al, Rebecca, Tasha, anybody that I'm subscribed to, if there's anything I can do to try to help, hey, let me know. Do I need to run a playlist? Do you need a co-host? Um, you know, I'll try to help out best way I can because that's what it's all about. Life is more than YouTube.
yeah,
YouTube
I'm
is a
I'm gonna
secondary
I'm gonna
thing.
get down. I've got my dogs are telling me they need to go to the bathroom. So we'll talk to you guys
Okay,
later.
Becca.
Rebecca, have a
see you,
good day.
Rebecca.
Yeah, have a great
Uh,
day.
okay, so I'll get off my soapbox now. So
Oh, you're all good. I'm
I
good.
know, I know, I tend to run my mouth.
go ninja, go ninja, go ninja, go ninja,
Oh my goodness, that is
No,
not.
it's all good, but I mean, like, you think you're running your mouth, but you're not because it's all true. It's all useful information. It's all stuff that we need to be talking about, sharing out, and letting people know that it isn't all just about me. It isn't all just about Danny. It's not all just about Persha or
Mhm.
yourself. It's about the whole everybody,
Yep, yep,
and we
right.
all work together to get to
And
where we're going.
it doesn't even benefit you to be like that because not only it doesn't benefit you to be considerate of the other person, but it's not going to benefit you if you have a live during somebody else's live. You don't want to risk pulling them away, and you don't want to risk nobody showing up for your live because you and your friends have the same friends. So,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't want to, yeah, either
Well,
way,
word
it's up to
travels,
them
right?
to be
Word travels.
considerate.
If you're being good and kind and honest and real with people, that travels,
yep,
and they know
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And that's one of the biggest things. I've been on my lives here on Wednesdays, like tonight's live. I've noticed the past while I've been having a very considerable jump in people coming into my lives.
Hmm.
And when I hits that mark where Dave goes live, the last one I had 35 people or something. It was the most people I've had on just a normal live ever. But when I hit that mark where Dave came online, I'm like, okay, everybody shutting down. Everybody jump over to Dave's because, that's just what we've
Right.
been doing all along. And I'm not going to change. And I, I honestly, I would have liked to have stayed there because I had that many people in the room watching and participating in my life. But I did not want to step on Dave's live because, in reality, he's the one that got me started on doing live streams.
Mm.
He
Yeah.
was the very first live I ever took part in. And since I started doing my own, my slot ran from 3 to 5, and
Mm.
his is 5 to 7. And that's
Right.
just the way it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. Just as long as y'all have that agreement, hey, that's cool. But I've like when I came onto YouTube to continue my show because I used to do my show back in the day on a platform called Blog Talk Radio that was all audio. So coming to YouTube was a whole totally different thing. So I'm glad that I ran into Nitro early because by that point in time, I was starting to just completely burn myself out because I was like, okay, I got to do it this way. I got to be on at this time, and this and that and the other. And he just gave it to me real, just like he does with everybody else. It's like, look, just do your live. If it's good, they will come. They will stay. If they don't, well, you know what? You got to do something better. So, you know, and like I said, I'm a very small channel, but at any given time on my lives, I still got 16, 18 people in there. So obviously me and my crew are doing something right.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
me going around supporting other people, because I'm disabled, so I got a lot of time on my hands. So why not put it to good use? Go to somebody's live stream, engage in their chat, do some super chats, offer to be a co-host, offer to run some playlists. Just do what you can to help out, because every single subscriber almost has the potential to be an awesome ally that'll help you out. And then when you grow up, you can reach back down and pull them up with you. So, that's what it's all about. People shouldn't be so, stingy, with their resources and stuff like that. Share it out to everybody. And I'm so glad that YouTube is going to start giving everybody community tabs, because mine is going to be freaking full of people like, hey, this person's live, go check him out. Oh, this person I think is a cool content creator, go check him out, stuff like that. So yeah, I'll be glad when I finally get mine.
I look at this, go live when you want to. I
Yep.
mean, now it's a little hard at night because now I have people that used to be in my lives, but now are intentionally going live when I'm live. So that part gets a little annoying sometimes at night, but a lot of people do go live around the same time I do. But to intentionally do it to somebody when that person's been in your lives all the time, then yeah, that gets a little annoying. But I say go live when it's good time for you to go live. And regardless, we're all gonna step on toes here and there,
Oh
whether
yeah. Hmm.
you know, because if
Well,
we
it's
all
only
didn't go live, there would be no lives.
Hmm. Right.
it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get any better. Like, people got to realize, it's only going to get worse because this live streaming, what we're doing now, this was not a part of YouTube the way it is now. Even when I first started 2 years ago,
Mm.
there wasn't a lot of live streaming going on, especially not like this with 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 people up on panel. You had a single person doing a live on their own channel with people in a chat.
Right.
But now the way it is now, it seems like since this StreamYard and these other programs have come online to allow us to come on like this, it's really taken off.
Mm.
And it's not going to get any better. So you're going to have to, like, just pick your spot. Try your best not to step on the toes of the people that are around you. Like, I won't go live when Danny's on live, obviously. Danny doesn't just pop up live when I'm on live. Now, I do some random pop-ups here and there, but I try to look and see, is there anybody on now? There's
Right.
not. I'll make a pop-up. Is there anybody going to come on in the next hour? If they are, then I'll end it and send everybody that's in with me to them.
Are,
But
are you happy now, CNC Farm? I got my I got my
Hey, Ashley.
so Joe can make a video about it.
there you go.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I want to see the new background for the morning show, Tasha.
I don't know if I have it on.
Give it a minute, that'll go. There you go. Yeah, but you do have to, like I said, Danny, try not to sit there and worry about it too long, because before you know it, someone else will be in that spot and you'll be saying, well, now I can't do that then because they're gone.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Just do it.
Well,
jump in and
you
do it
can
on
do it.
what time did we say? 10
All right,
o'clock?
I'm gonna tap this up so you can
10
see it
o'clock.
fully.
She's going.
Oh, nice.
10 Eastern?
Nice.
You're going on 10. Yeah, you already got it.
No, because 10 Eastern.
I almost missed it. I was in another screen. I had to come back. I was like, oh, wait, she's showing it.
Well, I do have a question, Tasha. Is the people doing that nefarious type of activity, do I know them or is it something separate?
No, I imagine everybody knows them. Hiya, Tony. I'm not one to call out names or even talk, like throw out names. My thing is, if the shoe fits, lace it up and wear it. But I'm
Right.
not gonna.
7 Nitro.
It's just hard to keep respect, especially when it's someone that's always been there and everything like that, and then it's just like an intentional thing.
Mm.
Hey there, Tony.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Nitro Freak.
What's up, guys?
Just reverberating the knowledge from the almighty Nitro Freak, man. Hey, man,
Shit.
no, man, I want people to know this stuff, man. That's why I'm always making a reference to it because, like I said, dude, if I would have met you probably like an extra month before I did, I wouldn't have been so damn stressed out. And I mean, I was never ready to, to hover over the delete button or anything, but man, I was really, really stressed out. Like, I just didn't. Well, I just didn't know what the hell I was doing for one. Going to an all audio thing and then fast forward 10 years later, then trying to go on to YouTube and I can restream to this channel and this channel and all these little bits and bobs and lower thirds and everything. It's crazy. So yeah, I was a bit overwhelmed. But yeah, your advice and a lot of other people's advice, yeah, things are silky smooth, and I can't be happier. So
That's why I jumped up here. I like the topic you guys are talking about, especially we were talking about times to go live and when not to. I'm going to tell you from my personal standpoint, there is no good or bad time to do a live, and I'm going to tell you why. Everybody
We're doomed.
What's happened? Funny. What's happened is now is everybody's reverted to doing lives. That's the problem. Like I heard Tasha talking about, when she would go live, other people would intentionally go live, and that's happening a lot too. YouTube, to me, the way I'm seeing it more and more every day is going down the shitter for a bad way. A lot of jealousy, lot of people, want what others have. So that's why you see them go live when their friends are going live. But one thing I learned, and I tested this theory, I used to be the same way, that whenever my friends would go live, I wouldn't go live. But because I have so many friends on YouTube, if I did that, I would never, ever be able to go and do my own lives. So now my channel suffers for it. And that was happening to me really this past month, because what I was doing, I haven't been doing a whole lot of lives. And everybody that knows me knows I'll usually go live 7 days a week at odd different times, just whenever I can fit it in. And I started seeing that myself. Some of the people that I follow that have really good content and really good lives, I would sacrifice my own lives to go check out to see what they were doing. But the more and more I did that, it's like now I'm starting to see the big thing I've noticed is a lot of people aren't even dropping content or pre-recorded videos. Everybody goes live now because it's so much easier. You don't got to do the editing. You don't got to sit there and wait for your stuff to load up. It's like, if you got something you want to talk about, something you want to show, you can just do it in a live, an hour or two, and be done with it. But the problem is now everybody's going live. Everybody's, a lot of people are starting to get close to that 4,000 watch hours, hitting the 1,000 subs, meeting all the criteria they need, for the partnership program to become monetized. So my best advice that I tell everybody, don't worry about your friends. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. If you got the time to go live and you want to do it, just do it. Because if you don't, other people's channels are not going to suffer. It's your channel that's going to suffer. And I've seen that with a lot of people and with myself. It's to that point now. There is no good or bad time to go live, because no matter when you go live, someone you know is going to be live as well. That's just inevitable. And it's always going to be that way. The more and more that YouTube goes by and all the new changes and the implements that they're bringing in, that's pretty much what YouTube is doing with all these new changes that make it seem like they're trying to make YouTube better. Us as creators, they're sucking us in to be more and more consistent and put out more content, whether it be pre-recorded stuff, premieres, or live feeds. So now where that's hurting everybody is everybody's going live on top of each other now.
If I can touch on that for a minute. First off, let me say, Danny, does not Nitro look a lot like Chef? Drunken Chef? Yeah,
I guess
a little bit.
I see some resemblances there.
You talking about Drunken Chef Barbecue?
Yeah.
I was just talking to him last night for a while.
Nice. I just looked at it. I was like, looks like Chef.
I've heard that. I've heard that. It's kind of funny.
To touch on what you're talking about there, here this Monday, I just dropped a regular video, putting out a challenge for people to go on out for 24 hours, take a few items, make a normal video, get away from all this streaming stuff and everything, and just make a normal video and drop it, and then we can go on and have a conversation after. One of the things I'm hoping to accomplish with that is, I look at it now, and we are spending a lot more time. And it's great having all of you guys and all of the friends and that we're making it. I wouldn't give that up for nothing, but it's nice to get back to what we started with and what got us into this in the beginning. Whereas, we're making a video, we're going to edit it up, we're going to put it out for all you guys to sit down, and instead of having a 3-hour live, you got a 30-minute or an hour-long video that covers an entire day instead of just going on and it's nice to come on and talk and chat and talk about whatever. But I miss doing some of the things I used to do, and I'm hoping to try and get some people to get back out and do some of these things again.
I'm going to tell you like this. That right there is what has killed YouTube, because YouTube never used to have lives. You couldn't go live when YouTube was formed. YouTube was all about creator content. What you could create, drop, and either hope someone liked it or they didn't like it. When they allowed you to go live, that changed the whole game completely. That's why I was saying earlier, you got people now. I have a lot of people I used to follow that were strictly all just about dropping content. They put a lot of thought into their stuff. They use crazy special effects and editors, and they put out a lot of great stuff. Now they don't even do that anymore. They got completely away from what made their channel what it was to today. All they're doing is lives because it's so much easier. And that's kind of what everybody's following now. Plus, with lives, what made it better for YouTube to go live when it all became about money, the monetization, getting monetized. Because if you do a half-hour video, okay, chances are, if it's a really good video, you're going to get a lot of views. You'll probably earn some really good watch time. But now you take live feeds. That's why everybody's doing lives now, because you can push the watch hours through the roof on live feeds. All you got to do is just sit on a live feed for 3, 4, 5 hours and allow everybody in the world that is awake searching through YouTube to find that live. And if they got nothing better to do, they'll come and sit on that live and watch it forever. And then the next person, then you start out with 10 people viewing, then 20, then 30, or however many you can get. For every person that sits in your live, that's one watch hour for the amount of people that come in, and as long as they sit in there and watch it. Now, you drop a 30-minute video and you only get 50 to 100 views, but then after that, it might stall out after it's been up for 3-4 days. You might not get anyone else that comes and sees it. So whatever watch time you got, whatever views you got, you're stuck at that right there. Good for the views, but not so much the watch time unless you get thousands of people that are watching it. And most of us know, for a lot of us who are small channels, it's very hard to get 1,000 or better views
Well,
anymore.
that was my situation.
Yeah.
Nitro, is that I just wasn't getting, like, I was joining panels because I like socializing, and this is pretty much the gist of my social life is on YouTube. As sad as that is, that's the truth. And so, but I started doing my own lives because I was putting all this time into putting together this content and editing it, like, and it would take me hours to edit, and I would just be trying to make it just perfect. Or, I mean, this 20-30 minute video for the average view time to be like 1 minute and 40 seconds. And I just got discouraged with that. And then I went live and I think I did a mail call. I did a mail call and I saw how many views I got. And I was like, what? Just for me turning on the camera and being like, I got mail, guys, I'm gonna open it, and I was like, really? This is what people want to see? Like,
It's funny you say that because I see that every day. Sometimes when you put a lot of time and effort to a pre-recorded video and drop it and use the editor, in your mind, you're looking at it, that's probably some of the best work you've done. But when you drop it, it just flops and hardly gets any views. But you go on a live panel and you do the dumbest stuff out there, even if that's what you so choose to do, it will draw in a ton of people. It just doesn't make sense sometimes, but that's the reality of what YouTube is becoming.
Yeah.
What I think though, what and I still drop my video every Monday. I go and I do a video for Mondays. Every Monday is my regular video. I'm not going to give that up because that's what this is for me. It's making videos and putting them out there. But one thing that doing all these lives has definitely taught me is don't spend so much time editing.
Yeah.
You're editing out the parts that are real. You're editing out, like, you're looking at it and saying, I don't need that there because, it doesn't look quite right. But, when you go on a live, you're not controlling what looks quite right. You're real and you're
That's
doing
all I'm
it.
doing is cutting out every part that I look goofy. And then I guess when I go live, I'm goofy 24/7 on the lives. And, I guess that's what people want to see.
That's why that's why I don't even use an editor. If you've ever gone and watched any of my content, now my content's probably completely different from what you guys do. I'm into RC car racing and building them, the high end, big gas trucks and all that stuff. When I do my videos, all I do is take my GoPro, hit the record button, and I talk and show people what I want them to see. When I click that off, I download it to my computer and upload it and throw it in a video. I don't edit it. I don't show the good, the bad. I don't add special effects. I've tried it. It didn't make my videos really, to my viewers, any better than just showing as it is. So what I do, I just show it as it is, front to back. I don't cut nothing out. Some people out there like that. But it's getting more and more to the point when you have so much content to choose to watch, it really doesn't make a difference anymore how great you make your videos. It all comes down to just a couple of things. It depends on what kind of channel you are, what your content is. I'll give you an example. Like for females, if you guys are into makeup and hairstyling, okay, and you do videos on that, naturally, you're going to target the community of all women. How many men do you think are going to come in and sit through and watch a video of a woman putting on makeup or styling their hair? You might get some, but you're not going to target them all.
Well, just so y'all know out there, whoever's watching, you won't find any of that on any of these females on the panel.
Well, the only thing too, if you do some things and you have like your chest hanging out, then obviously you're going to get a lot more views because I know a couple people who do that.
I mean, that's what I've been told. Put yourself on your thumbnails. I'm like, well, I'm not trying to sell myself. I'm trying to learn things here, and I invite people to come learn with me. I don't want people to be coming. and I don't want to draw in creeps either. I have my daughter here, and sometimes I have her in my videos. I don't want to sell myself. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be drawing in the wrong crowd, especially the crowd. I don't want that same crowd to be looking at my kid too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I have to watch. You know, I'm not just trying to get views. You know, I like to know the people that are viewing me.
Damn.
So and I like the people that I have so far. Even though it's a small number, I appreciate the little family that I've made. And, you know, and each and every one of them have really taken the time to like get to know me and let me get to know them. And I feel close to them. I don't just feel like a bunch of strangers is watching my channel, you know. So that's pretty cool.
How many of you
Hey,
guys?
Ashley, we haven't even
Hey.
gave you a chance to say anything. Like you just been sitting there all cute with your cute cat and whatnot.
I've just been listening, but if I'll put something in real quick since the cat is in my lap. I've started this, you know, as we're a homesteading channel, and a couple weeks ago I put a short up of our cat, and it got over 7,000 views. So not that I didn't want to go, I didn't go into this with the intention of being, you know, like a cat lady or anything, but that's what's getting me views. Like that's where all of our views, our subs have come from, is the majority of my shorts of the neighbors' cats.
When Nicole said she's addicted to your cat videos, so.
Well, let me go take a short of my cat real quick. I'll be right back.
There's a video on YouTube. Let me tell you something, guys, real quick. I'm going to tell you something that's funny. Animals, for some reason, is what is grabbing the views of everybody. People love animals. I'll give you a prime example. There's a guy who uploaded a short, started a new channel. He has one short in one short only that he ever uploaded. And all it was of him going to a dog park, and he made a short video of one dog sniffing the rear end of another dog. And within 2 days time frame, that short grabbed over, it's like 1.5 million views on a 15-second clip of a dog sniffing the rear end of another dog.
Wow.
When you can get views like that on something like that, it's just crazy to try to even understand why you do a 15-second short on an animal and it'll blow up your channel, but you take the time to drop a 30-minute video, put tons of editing time into it. You've got 4 hours invested in editing a 30-minute video and spicing it up, and you're lucky if you can get 1,000 views on it. But you got people out there getting millions of views on some of the strangest stuff that don't even make sense.
But I took a
insane.
I took a 15-second short of my my Thanksgiving dinner laid out, and within 10 minutes it had 2.4 thousand views.
For reals?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you like this. What I found out, a lot of people don't do shorts, but I'm here to tell you, doing shorts is a very, very good idea, and I'm going to tell you why. More people have time in their day to watch a 15-minute or 15-second clip than they do to watch a half-hour video. You got to look at it like this. People that have a job and work or have kids, husband or wife, have daily duties or out working. Society now, everybody has a cell phone. The good majority of people that have a cell phone and work a job at some point in time while they're at their job, they're on their phone looking at YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or other social media sites out there while they have a break or have some downtime and they're looking for something to do. They're going and watching videos. People can watch a 15-second clip a lot easier and quicker during the day than to be able to have to sit and watch a 20 or 30-minute content video that you drop. And that's one thing I notice. I see a lot of the big content creators that their whole channel is based on dropping a 30-minute video or doing a 3-4 hour live feed. But when you look in their content, they do no shorts whatsoever. And you look at all the content that they have, doesn't have a lot of views. And this is one thing I've been trying to teach a lot of my communities. I got a pretty big community, but a lot of them do not drop shorts. And I told them, look, you got 24 hours in a day. How much time is it out of your life to record a 15-second clip and just throw it up there one time just to test a theory and see how many views you get? I have taught a lot of my people. They're seeing now they're getting more views off of their shorts than they do on their lives or their pre-recorded content. That's one of the reasons why for 2023, YouTube is now implementing that you can be monetized on your shorts, because they're seeing slowly but surely more views are coming into shorts than in your regular content or your live feeds. That's why they're pushing that incentive to now allow you to monetize your shorts, because more and more people are doing them. I look at all the shorts that I've ever dropped. If I add up all the views, and I didn't start doing shorts till about 3 months ago. 3 months, me doing shorts, I've gotten more views on my shorts than I have 5 years worth of dropped content in live feed. It's crazy.
I believe it.
That's insane.
I keep going with it. Keep posting shorts, and it seems to be working. So I might as well just keep going with it.
What people are doing now, they're creating a second account and making it strictly for all shorts. That's all they're going to post on them. I'm seeing all kinds of people doing that now.
Now, the only issue I got with that, I know shorts get shared out a lot more, but I don't get notifications for shorts.
Well, nobody does. Nobody gets.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that, but that's not an option. They don't notify you when you do shorts. I guess that's why YouTube has a specific shorts section that you can go to, and when you scroll through them, that's all it's going to be is just shorts. No live feeds, no content. 15-second clips and 15-second clips only.
Good morning. How you doing, Nitro?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
You know me, man. I was just waking up. Actually, had a late night, and I heard some good talk and stuff, and I'm tearing everything down. So I thought, well, I should have a smoke break and go up and hang out on the panel. I noticed Ashley's up here, and Rebecca.
Can I interrupt you
some
for a
great
second
channels up here.
Time?
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to ask all you guys real quick question. I know you guys don't see it on the StreamYard, but when you're in the regular YouTube watching somebody's live, have you guys noticed that the layout has changed? Anybody seen that, where all the information is now kind of consolidated to like the left corner right up underneath the video? Or is that just me seeing that? I just started seeing it last night.
It just all depends on how your orientation of your screens. If you go full screen, a lot of stuff will be populated to the right side of the screen. But if you, I'm
just on regular screen, not even full screen. But for some reason, my whole layout, when I go to somebody's live feed or their video, like when you look underneath the screen, it'll say how many thumbs up you got. Then it's got the thumbs down button, and it shows you how many people viewed it. That used to be spread out across the whole bottom of the screen. Mine is all now consolidated in one corner. And then where you write the description of your video, it's now highlighted. It looks better. It looks like they changed the layout. I don't know if it's just me seeing it. Have any of you guys seen that yet?
I noticed the way that, the highlighted, like the first 2 bars of the description now. Have you noticed that? That's it. That's in the format now. So you actually see a little bit of what your description is on the video.
Okay. It's not just me then.
No, I noticed it too when I was sharing and looking down people's communities, like when you're going down your wall and stuff, the way that they're showing your video, like on that wall, you're seeing a bit of the description underneath it too now, which is weird. And there's so yeah. Am I chopping at all? Am I delayed? I'm just curious because.
Oh, you're good.
You're good, sir.
All right.
I hear you.
Because I didn't hear anything what said to me, so I was just I changed my internet selection of where I was getting it from.
Have a look at your screen name.
Yeah. Oh.
I
Did
wasn't
you get?
gonna say nothing. I wasn't gonna
Anybody
say
was
nothing.
anybody a part? I don't know if anybody was a part of that, but we had a exchange party going on, and I had all my hair in front of my face, playing off like I was Judy. Give me a second here. That's awesome. I should keep it out here. I'll just so that it makes it look like it was intentional. I just forgot something. Okay.
I thought you logged in with the wrong account for a minute. I was like, look, Rich is
No.
up as queen.
No, he's
There
a
we go.
queen. He did it on purpose.
Ashley, I was getting ready to call you until I seen you up here, and I thought, nope, I'll just come up.
We should get some dinner on before 4 o'clock.
Just call me. I'm home all afternoon, Rebecca, so you can just call me whenever.
Yeah, I'll call you later.
Okay.
All right. See if M Queen's better half.
Nitro, I want to ask you a question. Do you know anybody with a 1961 convertible Impala? I would love to get some pictures of one of those.
How many pictures do you need?
Just a few.
Let me see what I can do for you. I know a couple of people that
Thank
got.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I've seen hard tops, and it's the one without the post coming up. I want some pictures of it. It was the year I was born.
Okay.
And I love the look of that car.
I'll see what I can do for you. I know
Great.
quite a few people with Impalas around here.
Thank
A couple
you.
of them are convertibles. I'm not sure what year they are, but
Yeah.
I'll ask.
You make a different
Great.
one?
Thank you.
Rich, I think Judy would
What's good,
disagree
Wayne?
with that.
Yeah. So I haven't gotten
Nice
a chance to
try, though.
say hi to everybody. Hello, Ashley. How are you? Rebecca. Nitro. How you doing, champ, man? I love being up on panel with you, buddy. I don't know what it is. Like, we can get into some real cool conversations real quick. It just takes a matter of a couple words being dropped.
Yeah.
That's super cool. DM, buddy, how you doing?
Hey,
And
what's
of
going
course,
on, bro?
how you doing, Danny? How you been,
All
Danny?
right. Even though you came up
Yeah?
here and you were like, oh, good channels up here like Ashley. Didn't even mention me.
Well, no, what happened, listen, I told you what happened. I don't know if you noticed. Did you guys see if I was spinning? Did you see I was all spinning during that when when he's like, hold on a second. He was trying to tell me about my name when I was talking, and I could not hear anybody. So I had to
Not
switch.
visibly, Rich,
Look,
but we
okay.
always know that you're probably spinning.
I'm on my phone now for tethering the internet because for whatever reason the Wi-Fi just completely shut down when I came on the panel. So I apologize, Danny. But
Excuses.
I know.
Next time, I expect an acknowledgement.
I'll figure some way to get you back. I'm not sure how to do it, but maybe a song or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Put it online.
Well, did you hear?
Danny Days.
Yeah. Go ahead. Serenade me, baby.
You gotta break out that guitar pretty quick.
So, I was talking about earlier though. I'm gonna do a Thursday music therapy type thing, and I'm gonna sing cover music, and as much as I don't want to, but I don't have my own music, so that's how that's gonna work. So I'm gonna sing cover music, and then I'm gonna maybe every other week I want to have somebody up to somebody that does music like you and Quiet Listener and David Hunt. I would like to have not all at once, but every other week I want to feature someone else that does music.
Yep. That'd be cool,
So-
Danny. I think that's super awesome. And I have a list of people that I've been working on that I don't, I'm kind of like the same like you. I don't want to do everybody at once. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, if you happen to see people that you're listening to or they're on my panel and you like them, don't be afraid. Email me, be like, hey, can you send me their digits? Like, and I'll send them your way. I call it the YouTube digits. You know what I mean? Like, yo, give me your digits, man. Come on, give me your info. Your tube digits. Tube digits, yeah.
CFM's trying to come up with YouTube Tinder, I guess.
I am, yeah. I all day, every day, buddy. When I look at things and stuff, I come up with, I think of thumbnail slogans, like license plates, like those license plates. Yeah, just coming up with these catchy slogans that might, create some type of thumbnail. But yeah, all day I'm thinking of that. I made one for Mark. What was it? Local Mark's Fishing. He's 5,000 something subs, but he had 100 people in his chat, and he was using shrimp or something. I don't know. And so I called it budget bouncing, budget bottom bouncing from your fridge. So I said, man, make a video showing people that you can budget fish with the ingredients from your fridge. You know what I'm saying? Budget bouncing for fish.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we were losing it in there. It was great. It was awesome. So hopefully he does. We'll see. It'd be funny.
Hey, how many of you up here are under 500 subs? For those of you that are under 500, have any of you guys gotten your community tab yet?
Nope.
Rebecca did.
I don't think I've ever gotten an email from YouTube, and I switched it to where I get notifications, but I still have not ever gotten an email from YouTube.
Do you know how to get into your Google account?
That's what I was going to ask, Nitro. Get them through that, because if their settings aren't set for it, then they won't get it, right? There's an eligibility tab that you see. Do you know where you find out in your YouTube settings? You can find out what your eligibility features are, where you're standing. Do you know how to find that? Anybody? I know Nitro, you do.
Everyone walked me through that, and it's all set up for me as far as I know. So all of my
you have to do that, or you won't get it. And or something of that sort. And some people, depending on the content or your activity, they might make you two-step verify your account if you haven't already. Right?
I did when I set it up.
Did you write that down in my live yesterday, Al? Or no, Tuesday? Remember whenever that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I went through that and it was all enabled. Through the YouTube studio, it was all enabled.
I was just meaning for everybody else who doesn't know.
Okay, hang on a second. Just give me a second.
Yeah, I went through my stuff and I had everything, the advanced settings and all that stuff. And everything was all green lit, and I still haven't got mine yet.
That's
a lot of people don't know that. You're going to get the notifications primarily through your Google email account, because that's who owns YouTube. So anything that they put out is going to go to your Google email account first. Like I have mine set up on my phone where I get the notifications right on my phone. Google sends me an email. They let me know. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys are monetized, but like when my monetization comes through and they deposit it into my bank account, I get a notification for that. I got it, every notification that they put out. So you guys might want to make sure that you guys have a way to get into your Google email account so you guys can get the emails of the new changes that are coming. Because I see people all this say, they're like, well, I never get no emails. Where are you getting them from?
Oh, I always get the emails and that, but I haven't gotten anything about that. But the thing that they said to do yesterday was go in the studio, go to settings, channel, then click on the features and eligibility.
That's right.
Yeah, basically what that means is, so whatever emails come out, when you go into your settings and highlight everything, you need to allow them to be able to send you emails. But it's not going to go to your personal email account. It's only going to be through your Google account is where you're going to get all that.
Ray hunting and stuff with J&J.
Because the thing that ended up happening is I went into my account for YouTube, and I didn't see it. And then I went back an hour later, and it was there. I was like shocked.
See, all my stuff is enabled on that featured eligibility.
I'll find this video here.
So your stuff is all enabled, Tasha, but you're not getting any emails?
No, but if I go down, like all the top ones on the right hand side, like standard
doing?
features, you have check marks
You
under them.
okay?
Those are all
What did you
checked.
do?
Under it, intermediate
What did you do?
features are all
You
checked. But if
okay?
we go down to advanced features, on the right hand side where it says requirement, video verification, I got a question mark. But it says you only need one of those, and I have channel history. But I don't know what it means. Like, I don't have a valid ID uploaded or whatever.
Okay.
I shared a link in private chat there that I wouldn't encourage watching it now because, obviously it's live, but I think he goes for about an hour talking about the whole subject, and he shows how to go through the Google settings manually, like visually online. He talks about there's 400 or 500 people in the chat at that one time, and he asked people, have you gotten your community tab and how many subs they had? You know what I mean? And he asked them to put it in the chat, and you could see people with 50, 100 going, because I can see with the blue behind their name. I have like a analytic helper kind of thing. Like I see everybody, how many subscribers you have and everything while we're in chat. Every time I see your name, it's beside your name, right? Where you're at, your channel name, all that stuff. But you can see that in his chat. And you'll see that it's still around 40, 50% that people are saying I have it, and then 50 are saying I don't. So, and it's only maybe been released. I think it was verbally released, I should say, not technically. Everybody doesn't have it yet, but verbally apparently released, like not even a week ago.
Yeah.
So, but the other thing I heard is they're getting rid of the URLs too. The URLs are going to be gone.
Yeah,
So
you're getting custom handles now.
Just your handles now. So I mean, like these milestones that all of you that I know have got experience kind of pushing for.
What's a handle?
A handle means you should have got a notification already. Have you gotten one saying in your studio?
I'm one of those people that I have no idea what emails you're talking about. So
that means you ain't getting them.
Yeah, this should have given you. It's in your YouTube studio. As soon as you open up your studio, you should have some kind of little notification around there saying you're eligible for setting your custom URL, or it'll be in your email, one or the other.
Yeah,
there you go. So what?
URL. I was asking.
Or your custom. It should be a handle. My bad. Sorry. It's the same thing. It's the same concept. It's just you don't need to push for 100 subscribers to get it.
Let me simplify it. Let me simplify it.
Thanks, Nitro.
EFM, well, you're doing a good job, but you're putting it in the very technical terms. So when you want to search somebody's
it's the way
channel,
I heard it. I can't help it.
Dummy it down to Danny.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dump it down. So instead of when you're trying to find a channel in the search bar and you got to type out YouTube/URL, yada, 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 then the name, now all you got to do is type in YouTube/@Nitro Freak, and boom, it'll bring my channel up. They simplified the URL down very small. Yeah. So you only got to type very minimal instead of a whole damn URL out now.
Yeah, I just typed in your
name. Down another little bit so I can get to it.
What did you put in, Tasha? What's yours? What'd you put for your handle, Tasha? Mother trucker?
URL is just art and adventure.
Okay. But the @ symbol, what's your @ one? Have you said it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm
exactly. Who even knows what y'all are talking about? I'm trying to go to my YouTube.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I mean, like, I got my custom URL when I hit 100, and I haven't gotten an email or anything about setting up a handle, but I did get my emails net about like milestone reaches.
So now you don't have to use that custom URL anymore. You can now pick one that's much easier.
I'm going to help you here, Danny.
Okay, but Nicole got an email for the custom URL, but I didn't.
I don't got email.
Well, it's okay. My internet's not even working. Like, I'm on the internet with you guys, but somehow I can't, and nothing else is working. So, I don't know what's going on.
I still have to put my URL.
I'm gonna get down. I've got to eat breakfast. I'm not gonna do a mukbang on your channel. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.
All right, have a good one, Becca.
Okay. So it says
I'm
sign
gonna
into
have to hop
YouTube
down
studio
too.
from the left.
Okay,
See ya.
nice seeing you,
Yeah.
Ashley.
Have a good
Sorry,
day.
my husband calls on his lunch break, so I gotta get off.
Right.
See you later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
see ya.
Bye.
You know, I could use the stereotypical racial card. Well, only reason why I only got mine because I'm black. They're trying to keep the black man down.
Yeah, the only reason I never got mine is because I'm Canadian. So, yeah.
Oh man.
This is why I'm always saying on my channel, YouTube is so screwed up because you got half the people getting the stuff at one time and the other half are getting nothing. It's weird how they pick and choose who gets it because not you would figure that when they release it, they would make it available to everybody. Like I've always had a custom URL because I've been monetized for a couple of years now. But when they release that custom URL, where they released it, you could pick a handle. I've always had a custom URL, but they still gave me the option to change what I already had to something different or to simplify it down. And that's what I did. I just simplified it down for me, for my channel. You just got to put @Nitro Freak and boom, my channel comes right up.
Hey, Big Matt.
I don't have
big
to
old
do
Kodiak
it.
What's up,
bear
Danny
just came
Days?
into the live. Whoa, it's a big old Kodiak bear. Whoa.
I just type your channel name and it brings me right there. I don't have to put an @ or anything.
No, it will help with smaller channels. You notice when sometimes when people are, it happens to me, we're doing video reviews and we put in a name and 1,500 other names come up first before you see that person. The @'s gonna stop all that. See, my @ is CFM Rocks. So if you put, instead of Canadian Fisher Musician on all my cards now, my business cards, when I go to book gigs, if people want to find me on YouTube, all they got to do is put @CFM Rocks in Google, and it will go right to my YouTube page.
I'm waiting for the
Hey,
day
Rich,
when I
you
wake
did
up.
how to set up my URL. I have a URL. I just
Okay.
didn't know how to do the @ thing.
That's the same thing as the @ Just do that, and you're going to go to the @ They don't have it updated, but this is the same way that you get to the @ part.
Okay.
Right there. Okay.
Now you're talking about the channel URL, not the custom one, right?
No, that's the same way. It's just that nobody has put on Google or put out something to show. This is the exact same way to get there. You're going to, instead of seeing a custom URL now, you're going to see that icon that says YouTube. Would you like to set your customization of your @ symbol instead of a URL, right? If you see that, did you see it, Danny?
Well,
You
I'm
seeing
not
something?
able to look like I was
Oh
telling
yeah,
you.
you're running two different things, so you can only
I
be on the
wasn't
live.
clicking your
Yeah.
chain whenever I mean, I was setting up, I was making a freaking, I was on Canva making a thumbnail for my thing tomorrow and like, it just crapped out on me. It was just like, you know what? I think you're already pulling enough internet. Everything else is going to fail. So I can't open up anything else. I don't know what the deal is.
YouTube Studio.
I'm gonna
I
have to
think
go and
Emma
have a
is in
look.
her live as well right now, and so that's why it's just pulling too much internet. So, but I'm actually gonna get off here. I've also not eaten anything all day, and it's like 11 o'clock. So I'm to that point where I'm gonna start being like, "Ooh," if I don't eat anything.
Well, before you go, I don't want to
Okay.
be like CFM over there. Hi, Danny Days, Tasha, Backstep, Ninja, Nitro. What's up?
How you doing, Big Mac?
I can take
Oh,
a
I
good
appreciate
CFM,
the
how you doing?
acknowledgement. Unlike
He
Rich.
left me out of that one. Did you notice? He never said hello to me then.
Yeah,
I did too. I said Backstep.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody can win for losing.
Oh yeah, it's it's
I
tricky.
just yanked in your chains, Big Matt.
I thought it was good. I love a good busting. Thanks. Good
Yeah.
laughs. So
Well,
I
gotta
did
hop
check that
down now
out.
too. Well, I got some stuff to get ready for when, because I'm going live in a few hours now too, and I got a couple things to take care of before I do it. Thanks everybody. Thank you for having me up. I really appreciate it.
No, man,
Okay.
thank you, man.
So I checked this out. Just people, if you want to look, just go YouTube Studio. Go to your customization in your studio. and press basic info. And your second thing down there, you'll see a little tab saying set your custom @ symbol. Okay, simple. YouTube Studio,
I just took a
customization,
screenshot of
basic
that.
info.
That's not
All
gonna let
right.
me do it. I'll check
Yeah,
it
Not
out.
here, but you'll
Bye,
be able
y'all.
to
Bye,
when you get
Tasha.
off.
Thanks for
You'll be
having
able
me
to
up.
once you get down, sweetheart.
Have a good day, Danny. See, when
Yeah.
I go under channel and then basic info, all it says is United States, country of residence, and then a
No,
keyword.
no. Go to YouTube Studio. Go to YouTube
That's
Studio
where I am, Rich.
and
Under
go to custom.
customization,
Yep.
channel, basic info.
And what does it say?
It just says country of residence, and then underneath it, there's just a box that says keywords. That's it.
What? I have what's saying on customization. Then I have the top 3 things are layout, branding, basic info. Shows
Yeah.
my channel name, Canadian Fishing Musician. Right underneath that, it says handle. Choose your unique handle by letting blah, blah, blah. And then your description of what your, so these are all added, like you can edit this, right? Channel URL, the whole nines. You're not seeing any of that on your basic info section for editing in your YouTube Studio?
The channel customization part, I
Yeah.
see description, add language, channel URL, custom URL, and then your links, which is like your Facebook.
Yep, but nothing saying handle.
No.
Yeah, I still haven't got mine either.
Click.
I did
Try to
mine on
click
my
on
phone.
your custom. Try to click
Okay,
on your custom URL and see if it gives you a drop down box option.
Okay,
That's how it showed up on my dashboard. But see
Yeah.
what I did when I went into my dashboard, I had a blue banner highlighted scrolling across my screen that said click here to pick your custom URL or new handle. I didn't have to go into everything that CFM just went through. But if you don't, for some reason they gave me a highlighted banner that scrolled across my screen the minute I opened up my dashboard.
Yeah,
so
that's what happened.
I got the same thing.
Me
yeah,
too.
see, some people are getting it, some people are not. So
But
obviously, for some of y'all, you got to dig a little bit deeper than what I had to do.
I don't have any of that on mine. There's no spot that says handle or anything.
If you go to your main
like if I
channel
come out of
on YouTube and click the little pencil on your phone, it's the second one.
Okay, yeah, same thing. So
Now,
YouTube.
for mine, it says choosing, modifying, and deleting a URL is currently unavailable while we update our system.
So I come down here, customization. No.
So they're like, screw you, fat boy. You can't do nothing right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So then come basic info and see mine's right there. See,
Yeah,
it was
I
given
don't
to
have
me.
that.
Yep, me either.
I don't have
So
that.
what I was told, where's the other thing here?
Only thing I could guess is they haven't got to your channel yet to update your options. So some people are getting it, some people are not, obviously.
Yep. And thank you, Urban Gardening Chronicles, at my very punchy, satirical racial humor. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm glad you got a laugh out of
check
that.
out?
Yeah,
Did you
that's
check
the part
this out,
that I was
Tasha, right
telling
here?
you. I have 3 boxes there, and they're all enabled. And then on the bottom one, it shows, hang on, I'll tell you. Because I have 3 boxes there on that one.
Huh. All right.
If I go under channel and then go to featured eligibility, on the top one, it says standard features. And if you click on the arrow, it shows you like what the standard features are. And then it says requirement. There's a check mark by it.
Yeah.
Then if you go down, mine says intermediate features. And if I click that, requirements are standard features enabled, and then verify phone number. So there's a check mark by both of those. Now on the bottom one, it says advanced features.
Yes.
On the
Okay.
right, it says intermediate features enabled, which
So
I have
that's as far as I know, that's the one that's supposed to give you the community tab as well. That's your intermediate, right? That's
that, it says and one of these, which it says video verification, and then there's a question mark. Then it shows valid ID, and there's a question mark. On the bottom one where it says channel history, I have a check mark there.
they're gonna ask you for ID, Tasha. They want you to validate the account, sweetheart. Further.
Yeah, but it says that you only need one of them, and which I have channel history, unless I have to do all three of them to be able to do it.
You probably do.
For whatever reason, I don't know why, and you could argue it because obviously you have content and everything, but you'd have nothing, it's just one extra step. But I did hear the guy talking about that YouTube would, depending on, he didn't know how they were going to choose which pages or which channels would have to do it other than your channel history or content. You might unfortunately have to show ID or something just to third way validate your account for it to happen. See, like me and Nitro, and Matt, we were just given it, like we already had our custom URL set. So they automatically, apparently anybody who already had a URL, it was, if you didn't set your handle, in, say whenever, say weeks from now, it was just going to be that, like your handle would be your URL until you customized it, right? So it would be at mother trucker, blah, 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 YouTube, da, 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 right? So you should have already gotten it, but for whatever reason, YouTube's not acknowledging your history, and it sounds like that those boxes that aren't checked off, if you check those off, they're going to give you all the feature eligibilities.
Yeah,
that's what it looks
under
like.
that, when I put the cursor by the valid ID,
yeah,
it says take a photo of your valid ID like passport or driver's license to gain quick access to advanced features.
That's your
After
community
2
tab.
months of channel activity and following our community guidelines, you'll establish channel history, which I already have a check mark by that. And then it says you'll establish a channel history and will automatically delete your ID, which I already have channel history. So that's the part I don't understand.
Well, it sounds like maybe if you just wait, they might work it out, but it sounds like it's a glitch. They're trying to do both things at the same time. So like if you have the check mark of the history already being shown there, Mike, I'm wondering if you go to put your ID up and they realize the two of them, bang, will they just delete your ID? Like what happens? That's the only thing that scared me. They're like, well, we're just going to delete your ID. Like, no problem. You know that, like our mainframe, we're just going to go in there and delete 10 million photos when that's going to be our job for the next 3 weeks. Like, are you really going to delete our photos?
steal your identity fully by uploading your driver's license.
Well, I think this is why YouTube does some of the releases the way that they do, because if they give too much advance notice, people can find ways to crack into this type of stuff so that, like, they can, I mean, I don't even want to bring it up, but there's a lot of things people can do online. We all know that. And one of them is hacking mainframes and stuff like that. So something like this, where the world knows that literally YouTube is acquiring half the world with their ID, somebody's got to be thinking, I wonder if I can crack YouTube and get all this ID information.
Well,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's already been done.
Yeah, so
that's already happened.
So I think this is why they do the releases like this, where it's sudden, it's very ill-informed. When is it? How is it? When's the official date? Because it just, whoever is out there trying to crack these type of things, they don't have anything. It just more sounds like rumors at first, right? Everybody hears it as rumors. And then all of a sudden something big happens. You see what I'm saying? And I think it's a way to throw off the hackers.
Tasha, let me ask you, where it asks you for like identifying yourself, you said you have one box already checked?
2 or 3, I think, yeah.
Hang on.
Normally you should have 3 boxes for 3 different things for verification.
Hang on, let me see if I can pull up the right tab.
I have the 2.
I only asked because when I did my 3-step verification, they allowed me to use my Facebook.
Yeah, that's funny too. That's
All right,
actually
so
you're right.
when I
That's
go
what they did with
here,
me.
can you see
I
it?
forgot about that.
If you're doing share screen, it hasn't popped up yet.
All right, hang on, because they switched it. Okay. So when I go over
Oh,
here
just
to
totally
featured
different.
eligibility, this is what it shows, standard features. And then if you click this, it tells you that it's free of community guideline strikes.
Why does theirs look so different?
You go to enabled here, it shows requirements, which standard features enabled, and I verified my phone number. So then I have this box down here that shows advanced features. So when I click on it, it shows this is enabled. Then it shows video verification. And if I put the cursor over there, then it tells you, that stuff.
What is that saying? I
This
can't.
simply
It's
look
too small
at
for
your
me to read.
camera and follow prompts to look up or down, etc., to quick access to advanced features. After 2 months of channel activity and following our community guidelines, you'll establish channel history and will automatically delete your video. Now, if you look down, there's a check mark by channel history. So then if I go to ID, it says take a photo of your valid ID like passport or driver's license to gain quick access to advanced features. After 2 months of channel activity and following our community guidelines, you'll establish channel history and will automatically delete your ID. So that's the part that's confusing me because I have a check mark by channel history. And it says here that you only need one of these down here, which I have one of those.
So you should be good there then. You have all the requirements. So it seems like for your channel, you're just in a waiting game now.
Yeah. I've forgotten just what the layout looks like when do you know what I mean?
For you and me, that's been monetized forever. We probably haven't looked at that in over 2-3 years.
Well, 6 months. Yeah, 6 months. It's been about 7 months for me.
That's why I asked her to read it. It's like, I recognize all that, but man, I haven't brought that screen up in years to look at.
No, it is definitely. I'm trying to. The only thing I notice is there's a lot. I haven't seen like all the features they give, right? Because I already naturally have them, but I'm picturing myself as 50 subscribers and like all these eligibilities and stuff. These features that are there, and the only thing I could say is that like a few of them, like the only thing you're missing is the monetization at 1,000. Like all of the features are there. You can share links. You can embed your videos. You can custom tab. You have a handle. Do you see what I'm getting at right now? So like, that push underneath, the trend where you're, everybody's pushing each other to 1,000 and all this stuff, or pushing to 500. What's going to happen to all that? Is it just going to be, I need a 500? Because you're not going to be able to say, like, you wouldn't be, well, I need 500 because I need a community tab. Now you're going to just be given that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Do you guys ever get every couple of months?
Do you guys ever get every couple of months
when you go and click and look in your dashboard, not from a phone, but from if you're on a laptop and you click view my dashboard where you can look at all your analytics? Me, every 2 months on the dot, what YouTube does to me, they always make me re-verify who I am through Google. Danny, you guys get that?
Sometimes, yes, I do, and I'm not gonna give you a suspicion or something, but love your haters because so many behind the scene reports on your account, whether they say whatever your videos and stuff like that, Google will acknowledge the hits, and that's what makes you validate what they see. That's why I'm not on other social platforms because the validation and the safetiness behind it, I've lost so many accounts by people doing crap like that to me, right?
Yep.
So YouTube, keep going, go ahead. Like, go ahead. What I got a problem. Poof, I go live in 5 minutes. No problem. See you later. I can verify.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's connected with everything at home. It can be a lot riskier and less safe for the creator on other platforms than YouTube does have a lot of downs, but you have a lot more control on your channel. You know, what you accept or what you want, what you're willing to do. And there's so many gray areas. You can almost get away with posting anything.
Yeah, they do that with me. Like every 2 months, I got to verify who I am. So what they do is they send me a text message to my phone, because having my cell phone connected to my YouTube, they make it easy where if someone else is trying to sign into my account or hack it and they can't get the password right or whatever, it'll actually send me a notification on my phone to say, verify, is this you? And it'll be actual, Google will send me a message. It'll pop up on my screen, and then they send a pin to my phone, and then I have to get the pin off my phone and then type it in on my my dashboard, and then it lets me in.
Yep. I want to do a little nursery farm like that.
Your page is just like mine. Everything that you described is exactly how my page looks.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a waiting game. So
I think that's what it is with you, Tasha. Just the computer update and everything. They just haven't gotten to your channel yet. You probably might not see anything for another couple of weeks, maybe even a month, because that's happened with me. I've been monetized and I've been on YouTube for a long time. And when I talk to some of the bigger YouTubers that I've been following for years, when we talk about this stuff, they'll already have their stuff. I wouldn't have gotten it yet, but then I'll get it like 2-3 weeks later and then tell these guys, oh yeah, I got it now, but it took me 3 weeks from when we had this conversation on your live feed. So you're probably just in a holding pattern right now till it just gets to you and gives you that option.
Yeah, I just have to keep checking and see if they've, added anything different into that.
And they will, and a lot of times they won't notify you of it. You just have to go in there randomly and look yourself and be like, oh, well, it wasn't there 5 days ago, but there it is now.
Well, that's what I don't understand. Like, I've literally verified, like, everything when I set up my stuff, but I do not receive any YouTube emails ever, not even from Google, unless I get locked out of my account. Then it'll say, okay, well, either I can do a text message to my phone because that was already verified, or they'll send it to my backup email or my regular email. But
so do you have the option on your settings click to receive all emails from YouTube? It'll say either YouTube or Google. Do you have that checked?
In the studio? Or
well, no, on your YouTube settings itself, where I think Big Matt brought it up, where he was showing it on his phone, where you have a long list of things, get notifications from YouTube, get emails. You know what I'm talking about? That section, your settings, where you should have like 10, 15 settings all in a line, and either you check them or you don't. Look to see if they give you an option in there for receiving emails from Google or YouTube, and it should go right to your Google email. Your Google email. Obviously, if you have a cell phone and you have the YouTube icon downloaded on your phone, where you can access your YouTube or anybody's YouTube from your phone, do you look at YouTube on your personal cell phone?
Yeah, I do.
So in your settings, whether it be on your phone through YouTube or on your laptop itself, look for a section that talks about receive all emails from Google or YouTube. I'm not sure exactly which one it's going to say, but make sure that box is checked. Maybe that's why you're not getting emails. Because when you get them emails, if you have your on your cell phone, if you have a way to access your Google account You should be able to go to that Google account on your phone and check your emails. Do you have a way to look at Google emails on your phone? Can you access that?
Yeah, I've even gone into my email and like typed in search YouTube or, you know, Google emails. I don't get any of that. And
Then-
I don't even see an option to where I can check to receive all emails.
Now, see, I got that. I got that enabled. I got that. So if they do send me a specific email, I'll get it.
I get a damn Google email every time somebody comments on one of my videos. They notify me.
Yep, I get that too. Yep. So such and such commented on.
Yeah.
Fat Ninja Game Talk Radio episode 21. Or
yeah, they'll give you an
whatever.
email for that,
Yeah.
notifying you every time somebody watches your stuff. They leave a comment, all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might have to go around in there and play around with that, Tasha, because if you're not getting any of them emails when someone comments on a video, then somewhere on there you got a box that's got to be left unchecked, or they're just not even giving you that option, and that really don't even make sense because everybody should have access to their Google email and be able to see what's going on in your YouTube. I'm saying you should be able to see it, not anybody else, just in you and your personal emails.
Right.
But you should have that option. Everybody, if you have a Google account, which you have to have a Google account in order to have a YouTube account, all the notifications and everything that YouTube would give you goes directly to your Google email because that's who owns YouTube.
Yeah, I think it's just a waiting game, and like you were, I think it was you, Nitro, that said that it's just like one half of everybody's getting it, and the other half is not. We just gotta wait and it kind of pissed me off at first.
Well, what's strange is that's why I was asking if anybody had gotten their community tab, because ever since they announced that, it's supposed to be available to everybody under 500 subs. Now you don't have to work. You don't got to work for it anymore. Now it's automatically available to you. But since it's been released, I only know personally from my community only 2 people that have gotten it so far. And I have a ton of people that are under 500 subs.
Yeah.
So it's just weird how, like, say out of 30 people that I know, only 2 out of 30 people have gotten it so far. The rest of them have not. So
and
they
the crazy
ask me
part,
the same thing. That's what I tell them. You're just in a waiting game till it shows up to you.
Yeah. The crazy part is it's beneficial for the smaller channels, of course, and I don't even like saying smaller channels, but it's beneficial for channels under that 500, and yet it seems like they're the last ones to get it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the weird part because it doesn't really do anything for us.
If you look at the way it's trending, people that are newer to YouTube are getting it before people that have been around for a while.
That's what it seems like to me. People that like started an account 2 weeks ago because they're new. This is a new change. They're implementing to them first versus someone like, say, Tasha might have been on YouTube for 2 years, but is still under 500 subs. She hasn't gotten it yet, but channels that are less older than hers have already got it and got that option, on their channel. It's weird.
What I do know is the new channels, new people, if you start a new channel, you should try it just for, just so you know. Go through the process of starting a new channel now and see what kind of work you got to go through. It's not as easy as it was. You have to
I've done that.
ID. You have to do the ID now. You have to validate the account. You cannot just make it no picture thing and post videos out on YouTube. That's going to be gone. That's
exactly
out the window.
what you just said, CFM. 2 days ago, I made up a whole new YouTube account separate because I'm going to try to run 2 channels. But this new channel I made is going to be specifically just for YouTube Shorts. That's all I'm going to post on it. So I was looking at everything I had to do to set up this new account 2 days ago. It's 10 times harder than what I had to go through 5 years ago when I started this account. It's crazy.
That's probably the best update I've heard. Honestly, out of all the things, people, if you're going to have people be socialized and be a part of a social platform, and post content and stuff, I believe at least it should be an authenticated channel and somebody that needs to put in at least a little bit of effort to knowing their way to how to register an account instead of it just being simple click and go, because it might bring down the trolls, it might bring down the bogus accounts, it might stop people. They might go off into these other networks now, as you know, because it's super easy to make a TikTok account. It's super easy to make an Instagram account. So you might find the transition. Do you know what I'm saying? Trolls.
That's exactly
like
why
this.
they're doing it, CFM.
Exactly, yes. So you're going to see creators start coming back over to YouTube because, you know what I'm saying? And trolls and all the garbage and all the 15-second nonsense that people question why it's got 1 million views, that'll go back over onto TikTok to stay, hopefully. But we'll see, you know.
Well, that's the problem right now. TikTok is about to put YouTube out of business. That was one of the main reasons why they're allowing us for 2023 to monetize our shorts, because that's all TikTok is. You go watch a TikTok video, it's a short.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how I just found it, but it's under email notifications. And I didn't have like some of them on.
There you go.
Cool.
Like now it says, you know, if it's turned off, YouTube may still send you a message. But now that it's turned on, to send me all emails about YouTube and updates.
There you go.
And product updates, and then creator updates and announcements.
Just click it all, accept it all.
Just get a little fine print underneath that checkbox that says you may lose a few extra hours of sleep when doing this.
Right. But I do agree with what you're saying. I forgot who had said it, but a person in my community, their YouTube channel has only been around since 2017. Mine's been around since 2011. They got their community tab first. I'm still waiting on mine. So
I want to put one thing out. This is why this is such a great live stream right here. This is what goes back to us earlier talking about how you got to help one another. Had we not done that for Tasha, she probably 5 months from now probably would still not be getting emails, would have never looked into search any of that stuff. This is why I tell everybody it's so important to help one another as creators, because not all of us know this information. That's why I go above and beyond on my channel to try to help people with this stuff, because I talk a lot about this stuff in my channel, and I'll get my whole community has never heard about any of this stuff we're talking about up here. Most people just don't know. They don't know where to look. It is so much easier to have some of us that have been doing YouTube for a while. And I can tell you, I've wasted a lot of time in a day searching through every single thing on YouTube, looking for checked boxes, how I get notifications. Because when I first started, nobody taught me none of this stuff. I just had to start playing around and looking in settings, see what was there, what's got to be checked, what's good to have checked, what's not to check. But this is why it's so important to help everybody, you know, to learn this stuff.
Well, hopefully now I'll get updates, because like I said, I don't even know how I just found it, but
sometimes you find that stuff on accident.
So now it's all on. I just had to keep going in different parts of Google to find it.
Yeah.
Hello,
it took me
Mr.
the other
May
day.
Collins. Nice to see you.
It
nice to
took
have
me
you
the
back.
other day to realize, check this out. And you know how sometimes people go, well, I can't see somebody's name in chat. Well, back when, you know, a few people I really dearly, I'm very grateful to have their friendships and back, and we're solid as ever. But back when we had a beef going on or whatever, and instead of dealing with the situation, we all just blocked each other, okay? Now, 6 months, 7 months later down the line, we're all trying to figure out, well, how the heck can we see each other? Like, you're not blocked on YouTube, right? I've gone over to your page. You're not blocked. You're not, you know, everything. Why am I still not able to see you in chat? Well, that's when I learned the golden thing that Google is attached to YouTube. And so when you actually initially in the live chat, live chat is attached to Google settings. So when you go to somebody beside the name, if you go and you block them, it's not like where you go into YouTube settings and tell it which user you want blocked. This will go to your actual Google settings, which means you will not receive an email from them. You will not receive notifications from them. So I didn't know this. So then I go look on YouTube and look at blocked users, and sure enough, even though I never went into Google settings and did this, this was only something that happened through a chat. As soon as I went in there and I looked at my Google settings to look at blocked users, I went in there, I was like, whoa, there's people in here. I never even what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? And bang, all of a sudden, I took them off, and in live chat, there their names were. It was like, wow, this is amazing.
Really good. That's actually really good info. See, I didn't know that because I've got 3 people, same thing, that a year ago I blocked for being disruptive in my channel. But now we talk to each other. But even now, when they come into my channel, I cannot see when they're in there typing. Everybody else will see them, but
Google settings, buddy.
Not.
You're gonna love that one. That one's the deepest secret I've ever encountered so far.
I need to do that today.
Well, that's
what's the quickest way to Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
Here, I'll get this. I'll get it ready. Go ahead, Matt.
That's like Brutal Bob and Scott from Rambling with the Brooms. They can't see each other unless they're in a chat where they both have a wrench. And they've all said that they've gone through the Google, they've gone through YouTube, and they're not blocked anywhere.
See, that's all I've ever done. When I block someone, I just go to my settings, go to community. It brings up your blocked list, and I got to search through 20, 30 names to see who's in there. Now, the people that I can't see are not in my blocked list on YouTube. So they must be in a blocked list on Google that's preventing them.
That's right.
You have 100%. A blocked list on your Google.
Yep. I just put the simplest way to get there right there in the private chat for you if you want.
Okay.
It says to open device settings, could be a computer, whatever. Go to Google Manage, Google account at the top. Go to people and sharing under contacts, and you'll see blocked user accounts, and you'll see a list of names there, and you can remove or add.
See, I did not know that.
Neither
I
did
thought
I, man.
I thought if you blocked them on YouTube, you should just be able to go into your blocked list, hit the X, hit save, and it should bring them back in. But I got 3 people that have been coming in my live feeds for a while, and they're like, dude, I've been in your live feeds for months. Say hello to you. You never acknowledge me. I'm like, you're not in my list. Go into your list and make sure that you don't have me blocked. And they're like, you're not in my list. And I'll tell them, well, you're not in my list, but for some reason I still can't see you.
I had this, weird conversation. I was trying to help somebody as well, and really, really cool person. But even down to the end of it, when I actually got him into the settings and everything.
So you say go, because I have an Android phone, so you can go into the
device app settings of Google. Yep.
Okay. Let me see if I can find this.
And there should be somewhere it says manage your Google account. Hello, Nicole. Lloyd, how you doing? Sorry, I just had my phone dead there for a while. I got the chat up now. I can't read the screens very much anymore on my display screens, and if I screw with the resolution to see the chat too large, it messes with my OBS program, so I can't enlarge the chat like I used to on my double screen. I gotta wait for my phone to show the chat. But I noticed a lot of people said hi to me. I apologize.
Mine only shows that I have 2 blocked on my Google side, which are anybody that I know in here.
This is the thing, the bots and all that thing end up. I don't know if most times I don't see them as often, but anytime that I do see bots, either in my chat or in other people's chats, I do block them. And the reason for that is that it ends up on the Google block settings, and Google takes that YouTube has their algorithm and anything, whatever, but that Google owns YouTube. So the main mother of everything is Google. So the more they see these names, the more, they never come back. They never end up back on my channel or in comments. And it goes on to Google. Now, to report or flag them, it doesn't seem to do anything. But if you in the chat, report and then block them, this goes to your Google settings. I found all those bots in my blocks on my Google settings. And so it was a different type of thing, because I guess it goes right to YouTube, right? And what I'm figuring out is that it's because it's a live chat. And I'm assuming that the live chat algorithm works somewhere in with Google. That's the censorship. That's the filterness from, the activity in Google. So this is why I started wondering about that whole rumor about sharing links and the spam chatting in a chat and stuff like that, because Nightbot will tell you who your top chatter is. They'll tell you your activity. And my only,
if I have 3 Google accounts, right?
Yep.
3 different emails or 4 different Google accounts. So I just went into my personal one, which is linked to my YouTube. So 6 a.m. I got an email about the handle from Google. But I had to search Google, not YouTube, and then it brought that notification up. Because Tony had just emailed it to me.
So you got your handle in? You got a handle notification now?
Yeah, 6 o'clock this morning.
Oh.
And it says I'll receive another notification in studio when I'm able to choose my handle.
Yeah, there's that part. There you go.
So
now you just have to set that up after.
They can choose one for you starting November 14th, 2022. If you don't like the handle they choose, then you can go into studio and change it.
I've been able to change it 4 times now for like the last couple days now. I've been like, no, I like this name. And I've been looking online. What's the most effective way? And the way I don't know, my way I'm looking at it is my community, on YouTube, or people that are following what do I want them to know me as, right? And that's when I was like, well, everybody calls me CFM or Rich, right? Not Canadian Fishing Musician. So I just figured, forget, CFM rocks. I want people to get used to saying, yeah, CFM rocks. So, on a card, it looks cool, at CFM rocks or... So I encourage trying, maybe, and the other thing is I was able to change the name all the time. There's no deadline, it seems like right now. So you might like a name right now, and in 3 days you want to tweak it. You're going to be able to do it. It's not like a committed thing, right? It's always going to be there, I think, for a while, where you're going to be able to change that name. Eventually,
guys, I've got to step down. It's almost 1 o'clock. I got some stuff I got to do. I appreciate you having me up on the pan. It's good talking with everybody.
Have a good day, Nitro.
Thanks,
you too. I'll see you guys on the next one.
Yeah, buddy.
Y'all have a good day.
You too. I didn't realize it was already that late. 1:45 already.
Yeah, I woke up late. Woke up late today. 21 people in the house. Please make sure to hit the like button.
Yeah, I know. I hate ending when there's 20 people in here. I got stuff I gotta do too before my mom gets home.
Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble with Mom.
No.
She won't make tomato jelly.
She still hasn't. In the 5-gallon bucket, I picked the green tomatoes are now turning orange.
Okay, Judy May had a question just before, if we can deal with that, just before you leave. She's like, guys and ladies on panel, question, how come my analytics page does not match the subscriber count at the top of my channel? How come this analytic page does not match the subscriber count? Okay, so here's the thing. Your analytics is up to date, so to speak. If you go to the now, like if you look at the up-to-dated things, if you look at right now, what are your subscriber count is in your analytics, that will be what it is. Google is not like YouTube may be behind. Sometimes the count can be a little bit less or higher, but if you go into your studios and you look at your analytics, you'll see that you notification that you're not be accurate to the moment you click it. So, and so to speak. So if you have, say, 700 subscribers on your homepage, but your analytics are only showing 688, that's because it hasn't come fully up to date yet. So in the next day or so, you may find that the count will come up to even out, or it will either stay where it is. It just depends. I don't think the analytics are literally minute for minute up to date. Now they are with the views, in a sense, but if I've noticed in shorts, let's say in my analytics, it'll say I have 2.5 thousand views. But on the YouTube homepage side of things, like on my video page, where I go to look at my uploads, it'll say I only have 700 views. I'm sure you've seen that before. Have you, Matt, before, where like on YouTube it's showing, but on your analytics it's like goings.
It's always different, and it's even
always
harder.
Different.
It's even harder when you're looking at your, like, if you look at your phone to the YouTube Studio app.
Yes.
It'll be completely different than your computer.
Yeah. So I would more or less just, look at the ballpark of it all, and I wouldn't get too crazy on the exact moment. Maybe look at, a few hours later, and that will kind of, but I find with the views, the analytics are close, are really good for the views. In the moment, let's say if shorts blowing up, you can go and see what the actual current live views are, but the subscriber count, it doesn't seem to line up with them now. They will be now, and that's just because you've kind of maybe flatlined out, as they say. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say tomorrow. That's why I try to help people, to say, like, don't worry about the count so much in that sense. Just kind of, because the up and downs can be just, the next 2 days, so to speak. It just depends on what type of behavior somebody might be as on YouTube, but the analytics with subscribers, it could be tomorrow 2, and then the next day a little bit less, or 4 up and a little bit less. It's just that's probably one of the biggest downfalls with YouTube, is that the subscriber count sometimes does not align up with the mobile apps, or when you're looking at it from your own homepage and stuff like that to your analytics. But everything's in the making. But yeah.
All right, well, y'all have fun. I'm gonna go take me a nap because I didn't sleep last night. Unlike some people.
Hey, I didn't sleep
failing
on myself.
Out on me and leaving me stuck on a backstage.
Was it me?
No, it was CFM.
Yeah.
We were talking until like almost 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, I finally had to kick the can, man. I was like, holy. Yeah, going to sleep.
So, well, y'all have fun. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
I'll catch you later.
Thanks, Matt. It was a good talk today.
But I'm going to shut this down, Rich, and I greatly appreciate all your help, because I had no idea where any of that was. And like I said, I was just pushing through Google, and it happened to come up that I didn't have all the boxes checked to get all the notifications. Happy birthday, squirrel.
Well, now you should be more, and it's probably, that might be here, if you happen to have people that come into your life now, this moving forward, you can, that's probably a good reason why people aren't getting the notifications. You know what I'm saying? Is because that box is not checked. So that's going to be something that you can be like, well, hold on. Did you hear this? Did you know you have to do?
Yeah, well, now I'll have to go back and Google and find out where the heck I found the settings. I was just clicking on them, so I'm not even sure where the heck it was.
Yeah. All right, sweetheart. Well, enjoy doing that. I'll let you close your panel down. Thanks so much. It was great this morning. Have a great one, chat. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
All right, guys, I'm gonna shut it down. I will be doing my live tonight. I hope everybody has a great day, and God bless. Much love to all of you, and we'll catch you later.